Hey, Sassy fam. Welcome to your Thursday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you're fabulous. You know, that absolutely gorgeous, fantastic weather I've been bragging up on these past couple of weeks, it's been nice. It's been really nice, but not today. No. Nay. The weather has taken a very moody turn. Oh, yes. Seemingly out of nowhere, the clouds rolled in, the darkness dropped, and so too did the rain. So, today you might hear the background noise of rainstorm. Personally, I love it. I do love any sort of weather that is outside the norm for Texas, which is usually blistering heat. So yeah, we'll take this too. I do like moody weather though. It just brings out a little something extra, you know, to the quality, to the atmosphere. But it does something absolutely atrocious to my hair, darling. Look at this. Rising humidity, rapid rising humidity, warmer temperatures compared to where it was, and it's Floofsville. This will be an untamed mess for the rest of the day. Yeah. Enjoy. You guys, what's up? What's going on? You know, I know some of you expected, rightfully so, intimate tarot for this week, and I will, but we're going to do it next week, and I'll tell you why. The next Thursday check-in is going to fall squarely on Thanksgiving. In my experience, whenever I release any sort of content on a holiday, the viewership is just horrible, and it makes sense, you know, but I still try to release stuff on time because the algorithm can be exquisitely, painfully unforgiving. Very unforgiving if you kind of jump off grid or you go off schedule. So I will still release something on next Thursday, but I'm going to go ahead and save Intimate Tarot for that day just to kind of lighten the day, make things a little more interesting. Because I tell you why, honey. Anybody who, regardless of it's Thanksgiving, I don't care what the holiday is, when you gather family, and that's lovely. We want this. We want the family connectivity. We want the memories. We want the good flow of energy. But if you're anything like me, and as much as I love that time, okay, it's sacred time. It is good time, family time. Having said that, realistically, do you know how it is when you need a break? You just need a 5. You just need a 10. Maybe you need a 15-minute where you're just like, this has been so lovely. So lovely. You know, I need to go check something real quick. And that's when you take your 5 and your 10 and your 15-minute break because, all the love, absolutely. But also all the tension that there can be, especially when you have multiple people in your house like that. So yeah, every now and again. And that's why I still release content, even on holidays, regardless of where you're in the world or what you celebrate. You know, I still try to do that because I want to be there for you because I know how precious that 5-minute is, that 10-minute is, that 15-minute break is. I do know, trust me. So that's why. So historically, I know that content isn't going to do well, but also it benefits everybody. It helps keep me in the algorithm. Good books, real talk. And then also, I get to be there for you in that moment that you need it, where Uncle Fred or Aunt Frida, the siblings, the cousins, Mom, Dad, you just need a moment. And I try to give you that moment. That's why I do it, guys. That's why I'm here. So we're going to go ahead and do a layered reading today, which again, I do like quite a bit and I hope you do too. It's very open-ended. That's the idea. That's the flow of it. And we're going to go ahead and save our adapted version of Intimate Tarot for next Thursday on Thanksgiving. How appropriate. I think so. And it's at that point where I evoke the right to be sassy. It's my channel. I'll do what I want. You guys, like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. If there's more than one energy clearly apparent to you on this board today that I personally did not see or call out, then you feel free to reverse those energies as you see fit. These are, after all, general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say, they may not resonate. I know, it's frustrating, but it's also normal. Check your placements, you will find yourself in there. Like always, your sign will be time-stamped in the description box as well as the comments because I got you. You guys, let's jump on into it. Like always, I will see you for the Sunday check-in. I will see you for some shorts, that upcoming extra sassy, and I will see you at your sign. Take care. Be well. Leo, what's up? What's going on? What's going on for Leo, please? Show me, Leo. What's going on for Leo? Very good. 3 of Swords. You stay. You chill. Look how useful you're being anyway. 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords, the Tower. The Lovers. My. Okay. The Magician, King of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Wow, that's very declarative. That's very bold. My. Three of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. You, look at you. Oh, look at you. You're like, I see that mess? We're going to deal with that mess. Yes, you have. Yes, you are. Yes, you is. Very good. Wow. Look at you. I was not expecting, honey, anybody from any collective show me that kind of mess at the opening. I'm like, well, that, you know, and it's, and you're like, I know, I've done some work. Good job. Wow. Wow. Three of Swords, Ten of Swords, the Tower, the Lovers. Wow. Something really blew up in your world. It was a powerful connection, so let's just address that straight away. Very powerful. With it came packing a lot of insights, a lot of lessons. You know, Three of Swords, Ten of Swords, the Tower, the Lovers. There's a sense that this situation hurt me. This person hurt me. It's looking like you two hurt each other. Let's make that clear. Okay. It wasn't a one-way street. There's a strong sense here of rejection, and it hurt. It's pain. There's an ending, and there's a sense of j'accuse. I accuse you. You did this, and it hurts. Look at me hurt. I'm in pain. Acknowledge my pain. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. You know, there is something here about a reversal effect happening. Okay, the Tower being what it is, the Lovers and its dual representation of two. A reversal effect. It's kind of like, you know, what one person experienced is the other person's turn, and there's karma tied into this, and happiness in terms of an unexpected outcome is here, absolutely. But you are an active participant in it. Okay, that's perhaps what you didn't see. It's kind of like, look how much this hurt me. There's no way in hell I'd ever want this. It's not for me. I vehemently reject it. You know. But it takes two here. It takes two with the Lovers for the both of you to reject it. Okay. Shut it down. Something. The Magician, King Cups, Ace of Wands. Someone here is manifesting from the heart, and it is being reciprocated of someone who speaks the same value or similar value or the same wavelength with the Queen of Cups. I have two energies here that are more or less proposing the same thing. So even though it looked like an absolute show, excuse me, on the opening, there is a strong sense of, I know what this is now. I know what the value of this is now. I understand the lesson wrapped up in it. I understand why the ending was here. I understand what brought down the House of Cards, if you will. I understand it took two people. I understand my role in it. I understand the purpose this served. The Magician, King of Cups, Ace of Wands. That is very strong declaration of, I want this. Very strong. It's unapologetic, at least at the energetic level. It is emotionally and spiritually very prominent, very proud in that respect of, I know what I'm asking for from the heart. So there's no apologies in here at all. It's very declarative. I know what this means to me. There's no going back on it. Okay. Three of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. I see two people joining in a shared interest space. A lot of sense of independence. I'm here of my own free will. I have a lot to offer. I have a lot to give. I really want to put myself into this. And someone else, like I said, is joining in that space. So you two have a very similar wavelength in terms of emotional output and the willingness for you both to put something into this that is really tangible. Could I look at this and say it's a brand new influence? Absolutely. For some of you, absolutely. I can go ahead and tell you that you are heading in the direction of new, and it's powerful as hell. Keep on keeping on. For others of you, you can go ahead and shoot the messenger. That's fine. I'm used to it. That's what it is to put your work online. People are going to love it. They're going to hate it. Somewhere in between. That's what it is. For others of you, because I have two people here who both contributed to what looks like a needed but painful tower, okay, calling each other out, saying this is crap, this is bullshit. There's an actual reproposal here for two people to reapproach this differently. So for some of you, are you heading in the direction of new? Absolutely. Be bold, don't look back. I have someone here then, simple face value, connecting of a shared mutual interest, and it's beautiful. Congratulations on your new beginning blessing. Assuming we have learned our lessons back here, you're free to engage in this. Beautiful. For others of you, this represents renewal. And you two are meeting in an actual space of lovers aside. We both feel strongly about this. We both want to give to this in some way. We see and experience each other now as equals or real people, as to those a very strong or powerful dynamic that hurt. So, which one you are? Oh, I don't know. But it is coming through. One of you is manifesting so you would know the direction. Right? And I'm assuming that's you right there on the midline. The Magician, King of Cups, the Ace of Wands. Manifesting from the heart space. So you would know best if you are adamantly manifesting a brand new beginning of someone whom you can share heart space with of equal value. Or you're adamantly manifesting from your heart to rebuild this. You would know which Leo you are. You don't, the tarot lady's not going to tell you that. All I can do is confirm what you're seeing, experiencing. I can get the elements of the unexpected. Yes, of course. For some of you being then, you may not have known what the outcome of this was going to be until you started manifesting and putting yourself into it. Let's get some advice, please. The Empress, the Hanged Man, the Nine of Wands. Man. It took on someone's sense of empowerment on their own behalf to advocate for themselves, that they want to see this. They want to see this differently, and it was hard. It was very hard. There was so much resistance here for someone to put a fresh face on this construct, see it differently, allow themselves to see it differently, particularly their role in it. And that is a form of empowerment, the strength to look at something differently when you really can want to. When you resist and you resist, I don't want to see things differently. I've made up my mind on that. I don't want to see things differently. Okay. We need to see things differently. Allow ourselves to. It took a while. Two of Cups, Three of Wands, the Fool. Some of you are simply waiting for the timing to be right. That is active. In other words, we're aware of it. It's almost like jumping out. Surprise! That is correct. The Fool, Three of Wands, Two of Cups. There's that emotional union. Like I said, I strongly feel that how you two reconnect to this is much more mutual in effect, as opposed to this big, grand, strong thing that blew up. It's like that needed to happen for the both of you to come back down and readjust as actual people and see each other as people. Okay. I'm adamant about that because it's such a strong, almost chemical reaction back here of pain and feeling intensities and the coming down of walls and illusions on both sides. We took it personally at first, but we see now both sides. Okay. And now I have two loving, healthily engaged people over here, as opposed to this impossible, it feels too big dynamic that blew up. Okay. It needed to blow up. Somehow you two wouldn't have seen each other as equals otherwise. Okay? As real people. All right. Let's keep on keeping on. When? I would say soon. There is a key element in here about waiting for the timing to be right on somebody's part. All right? The eagle, 9. You will soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. Yeah, strong sight here. Strong sight. 17, love. Love surrounds all your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. Of course, there's the touch of love, the sense of romance. We can see things clearly now with that person of significance. 9 and 17. Actually, we're going to go ahead and skip those. The oracles I select based on what I see here. Okay. I don't think those are particularly necessary. Not at this time. Number 18, loyalty. Someone here demonstrates very strong emotional loyalty, spiritual loyalty. Okay. Confirmation of a dog, but it's very sweet. The moon, number 32. Kind of a deep down hidden loyalty. And someone's had come up against that again and again. Why do I still feel loyal to this? Why do I still feel connected to this when I'm being honest with myself outside the moon, number 32? Why do I still feel like I'm being led to this? Okay. 37, it was a matter of time. Time's up. 19, the coffin. You have some concentrated energy here. 17, 18, 19 with your cards. Anyway, number 37, time's up. Okay, soon, like I said. Very good. No, I'm going to dismiss time checks today. I can't give in to that every time everybody asks for them. Trust me. It's better to go by the feeling. Okay? I find that the timing card should be used sparingly. People get way too caught up in them. And they refuse to make decisions based on what they see here instead of understanding if it's true for them. I'm saying soon, it means soon. All right, we have one letter, X. Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. And there's that crescent moon again, 2 crescent moons. By the next crescent moon, or the moon is of great influence for some of you. All right, let's do the medallions. We have Aries, Taurus, and Sag in the reverse, the key word here being optimist. You might have any of those placements in your chart. Could be connecting. We have the dragonfly. For some of you, simply seeing the dragonfly as confirmation, or you understand that the hard transformation is here. I have to agree. That was a pretty hard opening. If good work was done, then good transformation took effect. The Tree of Life, 10 of Pentacles. You two are in each other's foundation in some way. You have a shared community, environment, or you have very similar principles. Or perhaps you two are deeply rooted and or deeply connected. Okay, Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. It's beautiful, and I'm happy to see some progress on your particular storyline. For Leos, just when I kind of think about it, because I can't remember them all, it's just not possible. But when I think about it, I always kind of see resistance to a connection that is fundamentally there. So it's nice to see something moving for you that is showing up as 3D. There's movement here. And I'm glad that while this was painful, and I bet it was magnificently painful, it taught you both, not just you, both, what was needed and necessary for you two to see each other or experience each other soon as equals, real people with good feeling and good value attached to you both. Okay? Needed to deflate a little bit the intensity. All right, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's going on for Sagittarius? And once more, very, very super duper happy early birthday, because some of your birthdays are on the 21st, some of yours are on the 22nd. Again, once more, depending on the year you were born. Okay? What is going on? What is going on, please, for Sagittarius? It's time for that oomph. You know what I'm saying? Can't get too relaxed around the holidays. I like a little fire, you know. I like a little fire around the holidays. Strength. Speaking of which, 3 of Cups. Strength. And speaking of which, like some of you, it takes strength to connect around this time of year. I understand. Which is why I still release content on the major holidays, even though I take a hit for it, FYI, but it's fine. I'd rather do it than not, you know? And the sun. Yeah, you're saying... You're saying, yeah, more or less what I'm talking about. It's like sometimes it takes you strength to connect with whom you need to, but like me, you're happy to do it. The Knight of Cups and the Sun. And it's going to feel good. Once you get it going, it's going to feel good. Ace of Wands, Justice, and Death. Interesting. The Wheel of Fortune. Six of Cups. The Knights of Pentacles. The Page of Wands. Okay, you're showing me two different things here. You opened up with a general sense of good feeling. It's not always easy to connect, I understand. But for the most part, you're happy to do it. Knights of Cups and the Sun. So I see you just in your open line, super cash. Super casual. You're headed in a particular direction. It feels good to you. Good. Okay? I don't know what it is. It's hard for you to connect to. But once you do, like I said, excuse me, you'll be glad that you did. And I love it when people show me that. You're like, this isn't easy to connect to this situation, person, circumstance. But once you're in it, you'll be like, that was good. It feels good. It recharges your emotional battery, if you will. Knights of Cups, the Sun. So you're like, yeah, it was worth it. It wasn't easy, but it's worth it. It feels good. It made me feel good. Cool. I love that. Now we're going to break away from that real quick. Ace of Wands, Justice, Death. Yeah. What happened here? There is something here. It seems to be a little different than your top line. Okay? Some sort of social emotional construct that takes a little effort to connect to it, but once you do, you're glad you did. Like I said, your emotional battery has been recharged, and I love that. But there's something here that's kind of not meeting the definition of fair. Okay? It's kind of like, now I don't know if it's technical legal. I'm not getting that. Not with the Ace of Wands. It's like you're saying your energy for a particular situation has changed a great deal. It's transformed. How you used to recognize something emotionally, how you used to give your energy to a situation, place, circumstance, etc., person, is much changed. You say it no longer meets the definition of fair, therefore your approach to it's very differently. Okay. I don't think it's over. I think it's been transformed. Because you are meeting something with ease in future that you're saying, now that I can approach it this way, it's a lot easier. The Wheel of Fortune, Six of Cups, Knights of Pentacles, the Page of Wands. I see you connecting to something that's special to you. It's important to you. I would say it's precious. I would say it's unique. I would say it was sweet with the Six of Cups, someone whom we've known a long time. And looking back on it with the Wheel of Fortune, you're saying this is the direction it should have always moved in. This is how I should have always approached it. Okay? So how you are approaching a connection in future, you're saying it fits you better now. You're showing it the correct level of energy. You've shifted yourself towards it. You don't want to lose the connection. No. But you're saying how you balance with it, your energy towards it is much different. You don't have the same level of intensity that you once did towards this connection. And like I said, when you look back on it, hindsight being what it is, in future. So this is Sag, looking at this connection in future. And while you're in future, you're looking backwards on time and saying, this is how I should have always approached it. Steady and being open towards it, being available towards it, but not giving it my best energy either. Not giving it such a strong gust of wind, if you will. Not giving it so much of your fire. Not giving it so much of your time, energy, and effort. Some very strong energy. Do you see how you converted from an Ace of Wands to a Page of Wands? So that tells me that whatever this is, isn't over. No. It's just you transformed how you approach it. You have given this connection, which looks lovely, looks peaceful, and it feels that way here too, from my point of view. You're saying you have given it a different level of approach or weight or context, and that it probably should have always been like this. Not so much because you created a state of imbalance, or you two created a state of imbalance. Someone was overgiving. You say, now I take it easy with this connection. I don't give it so much anymore these days. And it's important to you. It's important to you. Whether or not it relates to this top line, in terms of you're glad you're connected to something, because he gave you, like I said, a recharge in your emotional battery. I get that, but this feels open-ended, very general. This has a much more specific context as it relates to one other person. Okay? But like always, take it resonates, leave it does not. Takeaway here, Sag, honey, it looks like you've adjusted your scale towards a very specific connection. that has a lot of criteria attached to it: time, nostalgia, sweetness, uniqueness. It's like, I'm glad it's in my life, but I don't want to overgive to it anymore. Just appreciate it for what it is. You know, kind of like that. But you're glad it's there. And you're happy to connect to it, just in a different way than you last recognized it, yeah? Something like that. Let's get some advice, please. This to me reminds me, if I'm just going to put a little cheek on it because I relate to this top line, it's like the introverted process. I'm introverted, by the way. It has nothing to do with shyness. I know plenty of extroverts who are shy. It's a common misconception is my point. So introversion, you get energy from being alone, right? And so when I connect with people, I see it like being taken off my charger. Right? As soon as I'm taking off my charger, am I happy to interact with you? Am I happy to engage with you or work with you? Absolutely. But also, I'm on a clock. Also, I need some recharge time, which means downtime, which means alone time, so I can appreciate my own thoughts and reflections, and that puts me back on charge. You understand? So people take away. Whereas for extroverts, being around others connects them to themselves. So they get recharged, you understand? So that, to me, reminds me so much of the introverted process. Sometimes it takes me a little extra effort to connect with people, but when I do, I'm glad I did, you know? And it's like, that made me happy. That feels good. And so emotionally, I feel good. Emotionally, I feel recharged. But physically, mentally, I still need my downtime. You know what I mean? So anyway, that reminded me of that a little bit. Two of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Should I open up? Should I not? Should I open up? Should I not? And if so, under what degree, what capacity? Overthinking it just a little bit. In terms of the emotional depth and quality, what does this situation need? So the advice is that you've already kind of run this particular gauntlet in your mind and in your heart about what sort of emotional value you should be showing this connection. Because like I said, you don't seem to be interested in completely killing it. You seem to want to engage with it, but you're also saying, what level of emotional value should I give to it? Particularly as it relates to your energy as a fire sign. You have Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands here. It looks like you settle for this interest of, I'm going to be open towards it, but not give too much anymore. This you seem to know. So like I said, you're recalibrating your scales towards this connection, specifically around the subject of what is fair. Okay, what is fair and what to give. So perhaps in the past, I'm just going to take a shot at this. You overgave to this connection in the past, particularly your energy and your sense of engagement with it, you know, what to give to it, overgiving to it, particularly, like I said, your engagement value at the emotional level. All right, anything else here, please? You know, I know what you mean. You have those friendships sometimes where you're that person who always tries to initiate or make activities happen, or you overgive on that person's birthday, but it doesn't seem to return. And that's just who they are. So they're either worth it to keep it in your life, and you just kind of recalibrate to what they're willing to give, or you're not. And you seem to be recalibrating to what they're willing to give. And it's not a lot. And it seems like you both can agree upon that. So Six of Swords, Four of Swords, the Hierophant. Okay. Yeah, we really have given this a lot of thought, particularly to be at peace and leaving this subject behind and kind of stand behind what we can give to this. Okay? Like I said, if you really wanted to let this go or leave it behind, you would. But you sort of had a talk between you and you about readjusting your standards towards this connection and what to give to it and that which you can stand behind and mean. Okay? All right. All right. Very good. Okay. Mountain number 22. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. Yeah, I think that suits the situation well. And number 15, the key. New beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. That's what I'm saying. You and this connection have a future in some way. It's just recalibrating it, letting go of the past, particularly the expectations. You know what I mean? Approaching it differently. trying to meet it more where it is, which doesn't seem to be a lot, but you see that now, or you will in future, I should say, in hindsight being what it is. That's what this always needed, and that was overgiving, and it just doesn't need that. Okay. Number 51, moonlight. Some of you are touched by the moonlight, or the moon means a lot to you, that intuitive sense of self, your nighttime feeling, listening to yourself, that quiet space. Okay, very needed. And healing the outs between you two. Number 38, you both kind of feel it then with the moon, or you both contemplate each other under the moon, which again would explain more that soul bond connection if you believe in that. At 35, education. Some of you are incredibly intelligent, or perhaps some of you have a common cause. Say in your community around the concept of education. Just for example, some of you might both be teachers, some of you might have a background in education in some way, or you both believe in the benefits of higher education or educating yourself, that kind of principle of, reading, keeping an open mind, open line of inquiry, intelligence, respecting the process of understanding what one knows and why. Okay, number 35, 51, and 38. Okay. We have the letter L-O-M. We have the medallion of Gemini, but it's in the reverse, the keyword here being intelligent. Yeah, some of you are very smart cookies. I see that. And then we also have the medallion of Scorpio. So you might have some very prominent Scorpio in your chart, or also an indication of perhaps today. Or you could be connecting to Scorpio. That being today's the last call for Scorpio energy, for Scorpio season is what I meant. And then we have the little star, little wish, little hopes, little dreams, but significant to you. Okay. All right, Saggy honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me Aries, please. What's going on for Aries? What is going on for Aries? All right. Okay. 2 of Pentacles. I got it. Thank you. Calm down. The Hierophant. The Queen of Swords. And the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. Page of Cups. The King of Pentacles. And the Chariot. Very good. The Tower. Judgment. 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Swords. Wow. Okay. Lots going on here. You opened up straight away with, I don't know what to do. And because I don't know what to do, we're going to stay the course. I understand. 2 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Queen of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. And I do have what looks and feels more to the point like an outside energy in there with you. There is what feels like an actual, okay, what do we do? 2 of Pentacles, it's a back and forth. Could be about work. It could be about home energy in terms of the finances, relocation. I don't quite know. I'm literally seeing what looks like the process between 2 people. Deliberate something back and forth, pros and cons. Should we go for this? Should we not? Should we put something of ourselves into this or not? Either way, you both kind of want to answer. You're both working through it. There is a sense of once we make this decision, we have to stand by it. Okay, someone has a tendency to lean in towards the rational, the logic. This is the information. The other person's kind of like, whatever it is I stand behind, I want to mean it. And I'll take it from there, right? The idea is that we're both mentally and kind of spiritually engaged in terms of what is best outcome. But because neither one of you knows right away, you're going to stay the course. It looks like we're leaning into a particular decision, though, sooner rather than later. Page of Cups, King of Pentacles, the Chariot. Someone's like, right, I know what I'm doing now. And they kind of take off and run with it. So I am seeing what looks like a lot of practical focus for you. And there's a sense now of like, okay, I know what to do. And then boom. Out the door somebody goes. I'm defaulting to you because it is your collective reading, but I do see the influence of someone else, yes. So yeah, a little bit is going to go a long way in this respect of once I know what I'm doing, I know what I can put my energy into full time or in one solid direction. But the idea is that someone feels, practically speaking, a lot more confident about their sense of direction. So it's looking like whatever this question is got solved between you two. Now, the Tower, Judgment, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. I don't know what this is. I don't pretend to. Mostly tarot is just me reflecting back to you what you already know, and that's if it resonates with you. Sometimes it is predictive. The Tower, Judgment, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. So perhaps you know this, perhaps you don't. It is what looks like a very abrupt ending to something. I would say cycle because, you know, I got two of the negative 10s here. 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Something that is very much a hardship will no longer be, which is good news. It's just the way it's presented is so phenomenally loud. I don't quite know what to make of it. That's not a subtle tower. No, it is not a subtle tower. So either you or the universe is putting their particular stamp on this and saying, yay, it's finally done. I don't know what that is. The Tower Judgment, it's a good call. And it also has, the word you might use here is inevitable stamp on it. This needed to come to a close. It was inevitable. We're carrying it. It shouldn't be our responsibility anymore. It just causes us more pain and frustration than it's worth. So there's something here that we are going to, I don't know about radically, but possibly, yeah, can't say it's not a possibility, radically exit from. So for those of you who are gaining new employment, okay, or you're selling home property, it looks like a good decision, a good fit, you settling upon it between yourself and someone else, cool. It's cool beans. Okay. Down here, I don't know. I just know that it's coming across as overdue. Your decade in this is complete, whatever that is. And it's spectacularly time. Okay? It's spectacularly time. Something here is going to get dismantled, and it's going to happen sooner rather than later. I just know that it's kind of like overdue. All right? Let's get some advice, please. And you are more than happy to move on, to move away from it. Okay? You feel good about it. You feel secure. You feel confident. You seem to have a good, strong sense of direction now that this top line got sorted. Again, most likely having to do with career, home, finances. And you're like, that's it. That's all I needed. You know, thanks for clearing that up, and I can stick to this particular direction. And then at that point, whatever this is that's radically coming to an end, you're no longer engaging with it. It's done. It's finito. It's done. Okay? It's finito. It's done, and it looks like it needs to be done. And you can kind of take your Aries energy and go. You can be a little cheeky, too, if you want. Another one bites the dust. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what that is. But it really feels permissible. Once this top line gets sorted, all right, between you and someone else, you're like, I'm free to move on or move forward. And that's hasta la vista, baby. It's, I don't know. Let's get some advice, please. But it's overdue. And it might seem radical, but how could it be? How could it be? You must know when you're making such a sudden shift like that, but it was an overdue shift. So how sudden could it have been, except that time has possibly caught up with you? That's the only thing that makes sense to me. 2 cups, page of swords, 4 swords. My. You already got your eye turned towards the future. And it's a small eye. It's not like it commands all your time, but there's something here you rest upon and you heal upon is this sense of emotional union with somebody. It actually gives you a kind of quiet space in your mind and in your heart, and for some reason it settles you, or it gives you a sense of calm. It's a small eye. You don't give it your full-time attention. It's an inquiry at best. It's a thought. Perhaps it's an observation of someone else. But when we look upon this emotional union, it gives us peace or a sense of calm. I don't quite know what that is to you, but you already kind of got, like I said, your eye on a future outside of this. Okay. You find that soothing. 5 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, and the Knights of Pentacles. And there's a long overdue thought there, right there. There's the physical movement. This is contemplative, mental, and emotional. I think you can see that for yourself, but it's small. Like I said, it's not engaged with. It gives you comfort in a weird way, knowing it's there, mentally, emotionally, but that's it. After that, that's up to you. Now this, for some of you, this 10 Tower, Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords represents a contract that was long since headed in a particular direction. Some sort of union that shows up in the physical. Is that we were self-sabotaging ourselves by being in it or participating in it? I don't know what the Four of Wands is. It's a relationship that looks like it was active but stretched out over time. Knight of Pentacles. And that's how two people build into it. And you're saying I or the both of us built into it in a way that was undermining the best of who we are. And I see that now. Okay. Okay. Thorns. I had a feeling I was going to see that for you. 31 thorns. Weathering the challenges ahead will bring in a new and positive future. Once we get past these thorns, these trials, yes, that's exactly where you're at. I want to move on, powerfully so. Number 31. The unicorn. And I'm sorry, 31. 33. The unicorn. You're the unicorn? Success, hope, freedom, healing, and magic are all available to you if you just believe. Oh, go on then. Be a unicorn. I love it. The idea is I see where you're coming from. The universe sees where you're coming from, and they also have an idea of where you're going. It's interesting because that top line got sorted out in a way that was very peaceful. Perhaps it's strategic. Someone who supports your effort to kind of get things in order, make decisions, move on. Okay. And you're committed to that, and then I see you move forward wholeheartedly. And you're like, Elvis has left the building, but like a very powerful unicorn, or Elvis has left the building. Oh my goodness. The Book of Wisdom, number 26, 29, imprisonment in the key. Okay, there it is. There it is again. Thank you for summarizing that in such a way. Appreciate you. I'm talking to Spirit or Universe, however you want to put it, or however it is you believe. 26, the Book of Wisdom. 29, imprisonment. 33, the key. We know better, or that you are learning, or you have been learning, that you are the jailer as well as the prisoner. In other words, you can let yourself out. Okay? I know. People don't like it when things get that blunt. But when you're ready to receive that kind of information, it does indeed get that blunt. Some of you feel like you've been trapped in some sort of unions that have not been good for you. And did you realize you weren't just the prisoner, you were the jailer? You have the key. You can let yourself out. Okay. You have the key. Okay. We have the letter Y and Z. Hope that helps you. Again, these do not have to be a strict indication of you. They're simply points of confirmation or connectivity. Once more, Z, Y. We have the four leak. Do you have leeks? I like leeks. They add something. You know, the onion. It related to the onion. Leeks are. The 4-leaf clover. Some of you touch with just a bit of luck. Sometimes that's all you need. Did some of you find a 4-leaf clover when you were a kid and it just blew your mind? I don't know. I had this image of a child picking a 4-leaf clover and they can't believe it. You've never seen one since? Not in person. Yeah, anyway, 4-leaf clover for some of you. We have the great white shark in reverse. There's something here simply we will not pursue anymore. It's not a matter of survival. It's not a matter of power. Simply we will not pursue it. You won't give it any more of your energy. Okay? But nevertheless, you have a big heart. Big feelings remain for you. And I see that here with your chariot, you will be moving forward. What else? Oh, and then we have the medallion of Libra upside down in reverse. The situation here will not balance. It's no longer charming. It's no longer amusing. It's not fair. It's not equal. All that. And then for some of you, there might have been a lot of activity around Libra season, which wasn't too long ago, maybe a month. Okay? All right, Aries, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Let's take a look at Aquarius, please. Show me, Aquarius. What is going on for Aquarius? Okay. King of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Magician, Ten of Wands. Yeah, things might be difficult, but you're like also keep it going too. Oh, we'll get back to that. It's interesting. The Hierophant, Death. Okay, lots of people showing me Hierophant. Lots of people showing me Death. It's not just you. The Moon, 3 majors right there on your midline. My. Strength, the Knights of Swords, the Chariots, and the Wheel of Fortune. King of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, the Magician, Ten of Wands. You're showing me I am doing everything I can to keep things functioning. That's my job right now. I got to keep things functioning. I got to keep things together. Keep it together. Keep it together. You're showing me a heavy sense of responsibility that you choose to take on. You're saying these are my responsibilities. These are my obligations. These are my contracts. These are my balances. No one can do them but me. And I bring it on. So you're saying Ten of Wands, the Magician, this is what I signed up for. I know what I signed up for. Heavy sense, again, once more of responsibility. Weighing things up, making things fit. Overall, comprehensively, Six of Pentacles is day-to-day contract stuff. Anything that you put yourself into because you intend to get something back from it. So that's a contract that's not just exclusive to work. It's anything where you find yourself balancing because you understand, practically speaking, it's in your best interest to do so. You're also saying Ten of Wands, it's a hardship, but it's mine. And you're saying you want more of it, you want to increase the flow, you want to increase your balanced state, you want to increase your own sense of profit. I don't know, but you're saying, this is what I've chosen, I want more of it. It's not easy, it's not for everyone, but it's mine, right? So again, heavy sense of ownership and responsibility. Now, looking at you spiritually, here's your 3D, okay? It's pretty straightforward, you mapped it out. There is that feeling of it's all riding on me, but you're also saying, I still want more of it. You want more stability. You want to increase the flow of work and balances, that kind of thing. It's almost like you're saying you wouldn't have it any other way, but yes, it comes with its own stresses. Now, when I look at you spiritually, the Hierophant, Death, the Moon, man, something in you is changing. Wow. Wowie. Something in you is changing, my friend. Okay? From the inside first out. You know, up here it's almost like it's business as usual. Business could be better. But I'm working on increasing it, and I want to. It's not easy. But hey, I'm all about that. I look at you spiritually. You're undergoing some massive changes, my friend. Massive. You're coming to terms with the fact that you're changing. You're coming to terms with the fact that how you identify as someone who is committed, or that your sense of higher self, what you believe in, you're saying that's changing too. It's transforming as we speak. So your outside is pretty visible. Your inside has massive shifts in your undercurrent of how you're experiencing yourself these days. Again, emotionally, spiritually, the stuff that's not visible, but is deeply felt, deeply experienced. And as the Moon's here, you're learning all sorts of crazy about yourself these days. Like you are, particularly as it relates to your sense of higher self, your commitments, energy, what you stand behind and why. Okay, what you would put your print on and why. How you identify these days is so different. So very different. You see yourself differently. You experience yourself differently. And you're questioning a lot of things. Like, why do I sign up to this? Why did I agree to that? Why am I like this? Have I always been like this? Because you're learning new things about yourself too. Because there's an end. Death is also affecting the Moon. Not just your higher sense of self and how you understand yourself to be, but the stuff that's under the Moon too. So we're going to have a beautiful exchange here. And I know that looks scary, but it's a beautiful exchange between this is how I've always been and it's never going to change. Okay? very inflexible the hierophant can be, versus the depths of the unknown, which is the moon. So you take those two under the transformation principle, how you are learning about yourself and what you believe in and how you perceive yourself is changing radically. There's the stuff we always took for granted and we thought would never change. And there's the stuff that's a wealth of activity for us that's also true, but it's been shoved under the moon. Well, that's coming out. So you're experiencing a great deal of influence about how you identify, what you feel like, where your life is headed, okay, what you believe in and why. That's all shifting. It's all changing. It's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. It's almost enviable, because that kind of changes, like I said, it's not really for outward appearance, but how we perceive ourselves is so different. Especially if you thought you would never be really open to change, or that you have a firm set of ideas or beliefs or ideologies and you just assume they would never change. That's not true. All right, a little further out. So that's a hell of a process. I can't pinpoint it. I don't know exactly how you're identifying these days. I can kind of see where you were coming from, kind of setting your beliefs. Okay. Business as usual up here. But who you are on the inside is changing so much. It's beautiful. Strength, Knight of Swords, the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune. Man, you'll be making some very powerful strides in the future. I wish I knew more. Once again, a lot of majors here. 7 for you today. All these things imply time. I don't know where you're headed, darling, but have confidence that you will be exactly where you're supposed to be in future. It looks like you're coming from a place where the strength of your beliefs might have held you back for a long time. That's not necessarily a bad thing. We want to believe in what we believe in. We need to believe in something. But sometimes we adopt a particular belief or mantle, and we just kind of take it and run with it and say that part of me will never change. And it's just not true for the Aquarius I'm looking at. There will be parts of ourselves that will never change. And there's the stuff that does. So you're undergoing a lot of change right now. From the inside first, because on the outside, it's still business as usual. On the inside, though. So I can see that you've always held fast to your beliefs and probably assumed they'd always be true, but that's just not the case. You'll be shifting direction in future and wonder what took you so long. So I don't know what your next belief will be, your next core drive will be, your next belief, practice, or ideology. But you're going to take it and you're going to run with it. And you're going to wonder why it took you so long to discover this about yourself. Well, that's what the moon is, honey. The stuff that's not convenient, or it seems to run contrary to what we believe, we just kind of shove it there. Like, go away. You're not convenient. But it's still part of who we are. It's just murky there under the moon waters, because the moon is still water at the end of the day. The ocean is vast, it's deep. And the moon offers us a lot of shadows or insight, depending on what we're willing to learn about ourselves. Let's get some advice for you. But, I don't know where you're going, darling, but once you're heading that direction, it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be beautiful. You're going to have so much strength of will and confidence for your new direction and your newfound sense of self. You won't look back. Oh, yes. Page of Swords, very small insight at first. Not wanting to look at it too deeply. I understand. I like how your initial line's like, it's business as usual, but the wealth of activity behind it. And then eventually, you do shift directions intentionally with focus too. Three of Pentacles, the Empress, Temperance. Oh, beautiful. Isn't that lovely? Empowerment here. I don't quite know what that Three of Pentacles is. It could be anything. New connections in work, ideas, practices. With the Empress here of importance. Working on the fundamentals, square one, basics, healing. Healing with somebody. Where you two have something to offer each other. I don't know who this is, but you will. In time. It's very patient, it's very kind, it's very loving, it's very generous, but we're going to work on the fundamentals of whatever this is, the Three of Pentacles. I'm not telling you what to do, that's the advice here. It's very soothing, Very generous, very loving. We work on this in partnership with somebody. We put a lot of good work into ourselves simultaneously. But it has the cooperation of someone else, someone's significance. Interesting. Someone who sees your value and working from the ground up towards your future, being part of it, wanting to be part of it. King of Cups, Seven of Wands, the Knight of Swords. Okay. Strong heart someone has. Knight of Swords here. Seven of Wands, King of Cups. You have a strong heart for this. Very strong. Guarded though. It's not rejection, it's boundaries. We're being careful of our feelings with this. Very careful. And yet we're still proceeding in the form of action. It means a lot to us. Why are you showing me a protective stance over your heart? Do you feel vulnerable with this? It looks like whatever this is in good hands. It's cooperative, best interest, and above all, soothing and or healing. You're showing me the vastness of your heart space, but that you're feeling protective of it simultaneously. And nevertheless, it does not stop your approach. It's almost like you're showing me, yes, I have a lot of feeling for this, and it makes me feel vulnerable. It makes you feel vulnerable, but nevertheless, I see you proceed. Very good. This one's a little further out. And it seems to be part of your new identification process, okay, of what it is that you stand behind and things that you know about yourself now. Number 52, the magical map shifter. Oh, that's one of my favorites right there. And I think that's got to be a brilliant way to summarize what I saw in that midline. The magical map shifter. There's what you had on that map. I know what I say about maps all the time, blueprints. Make sure they're written in pencil, not ink. Yeah? Because it's not just our outer world that can change or stay the same. It's our internal world too. That's why we need to be open to flexibility as people. How we identify ourselves 10 years ago is probably not going to be the same as we would today. And how do you see your future self? What do you see yourself standing behind in the future? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Is it correct for you? Okay. Yes, you can shift your own map. Number 49, the talisman. Some of you have a sacred talisman. You know, and that could be anything between like a stone to a coin to a charm. Something that when it's with you, perhaps in your moment of needing clarity or you're feeling anxious, it's just something that you touch upon, you reflect upon. You know, you give it a little touch. Just for that moment, that second, that space and time, it grounds you a little bit. Just gently reflect on that talisman. Okay? All right. No, to that one. I kind of use the oracles at my discretion, depending on how I feel the reading is. Sometimes they're not always needed. Excuse me. All right. Number 12, the wisdom of the owls, also active communication that is intelligent and received. There it is. Intelligent communication that is also thoughtful in nature. The written word, the pen, or for some of you, emails. There is the indication of the phone there in the background, but the idea is thoughtfulness here. Thoughtful and intelligent. 12 and 7. Thief. Time got away from us. Either you're writing a message or someone else is writing a message or you're receiving it. Time is a thief. Time got away from me. I meant to address this sooner rather than later. Something like that. But really, it's the kind of time we steal away from ourselves. I was saying we need more time to articulate our thoughts, our actions, or our plan. That's what the real thief is. Okay, but the point is it's being corrected. 12, 7, and 24. All right. Two Ds, a D and a D. These may or may not resonate, by the way. They're just there for enhancement. W and Z. We have one medallion, and it's yours. It's in the reverse, the keyword being friendly. Some of y'all gonna act real friendly, and I see it being returned to you. All right, it's good. Very good. Aquarius, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Thursday check-in. It seems the rain has stopped, and the sun has come out. What is going on? Show me, Gemini, please. What's going on for Gemini? Very good. The Ace of Wands, the Hermit, Two of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. That's lovely. That's beautiful. Oh, I like that. Yeah, you look like you're on the right track. Let's keep that up. All right, excuse me. Strength, King of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. Okay. Five of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Chariot. Oh, good. Well, you don't seem to be paying it too much mind. That's good. All right, Ace of Wands, the Hermit, the Two of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you're putting some really good work and energy into something, an emotional union that looks like it's slowly growing, and you're happy. You're happy to see results, which is good. You're putting some authentic energy, but it's tempered well. Ace of Wands against the Hermit, that is tempered very, very well. So there we have the excitement and the hope and the passion maybe, and it just like, the Hermit's like, yeah, okay, cool, it's chill, okay? I'm glad you're seeing results and we've got good energy and we're happy about this, but experience has taught us, don't rush it. I'm glad you're excited. But let's cool it off a little bit. And I don't mean cool as in cold, as in disconnected. On the contrary, I'm sorry, not the Hierophant. I don't know why I said that. The Hermit is very actually warm. He's just not rushed. You know, he's healing, he's insightful, he's wise, generous too. So I like this. And we're tempering well. It seems an emotional union with somebody with that Two of Cups and Seven of Pentacles. It's not being rushed, but some good quality work is being put into this on both sides. So I don't know who this is to you, but I like it. I like it a lot. It's active. There's a flush of energy here, and we're learning a lot from it. They're learning a lot from you. Okay. And the healing effect is taking place. So again, good energy, and then also clear, visible results. Steady. Strength, King of Swords and Seven of Cups. There is a strong sense of I'm not going to use strength the wrong way like the Tarot Lady talks about, because I always have to remind people about strength. You can either use it for you or against you. All energies are like this, because that is human nature, duality, as you know, as Gemini would know in spades, I should think. So here we have strength. It is positive, pulling towards us. I'm going to take strength. I've already made up my mind on the subject to remain open towards this Seven of Cups. I'm going to keep myself open towards this. I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm going to actively explore my emotions, and I won't get stuck in them, and I won't get stagnant. I'm going to thoughtfully look at what I'm feeling and just appreciate it for what it is. So there's a lot of learning here and a lot of sense of safe emotional exploration, which makes me good, or makes me feel good that you feel this way for yourself. And that's wonderful. That reassures me that whatever this is respecting what you're thinking and feeling, and then you in turn keep yourself open towards it. It's hard for you though to be vulnerable towards this, but you're doing it. And like I said, you keeping yourself open towards it suggests that they're doing the same towards you. Okay, which is good. Lovely. I don't know what this is. Five of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, Chariot. That's a little harsh. Don't quite know. Don't get me wrong. It seems like this is the first time I'm seeing something outside whatever this is, and it's softer. It's nicer. It's meeting you more than halfway. You two are doing quite well there. This over here got a little harsh. It seems well, but it also seems critical at the same time. And don't get me wrong, I have no problem with critique, so long as it's helpful. Five of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. I'm assuming it's helpful. I'm assuming it means well. It is a little critiquey. It's also a little harsh, but someone's saying based on my experience, and they're kind of being argumentative. So I don't know what this is. It's stepping in the 11th hour. It seems to be different than this emotional union that's softly kind of building, and we're not trying to rush it or take it for granted, keeping ourselves open towards it. It's lovely. And this one says, well, I know this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I'm sure this person knows a lot. Queen of Swords and Nine of Pentacles. It's like, I know. I'm an authority. I'm experienced, and I'm sure that they are. but it's coming across as combative or conflicting with what you want to do. And I don't quite know what it is. It's completely different than what's up here. Okay? Like I said, I'm sure it means well. I feel like this person's got a to-do list that never ends. It's like, did this happen? Did this happen? Did this happen? Did this happen? Did we check this off? Did we do this? Did we do this under the exact parameters and conditions for which was described at length? That it just, I very much strongly respect people who are experienced and they have a good frame of mind for information. But when it's coming across a little pushy. Well, I probably know more than you or have more experience than you, so this is why I'm pushing on you. We need to get some results, and I don't know what this is. And the Chariot, it's like just when you're trying to head out the door, too. That's what's weird to me. Like you're trying to move in a direction that feels a lot more oriented in terms of personal sense of self and what you would like to do. And it's literally, excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Trying not to. And it's literally when you're trying to head out the door and do other things. And it's I feel like it's reminding you of 50 things right when you're trying to step outside the door. And I don't like it. I mean, I'm sure it means well. It's just, it's just not where you're at. It's just not where you're at. The Chariot is a stronger indication of one's emotional needs and presence and where it would like to be. And this person's like, yeah, but reality. Like I said, here's 20 or 30, 40, 50 things while you're trying to step out the door. And it feels so different from these top couple lines, which feels a lot softer, a lot kinder, hopeful too. And it seems to help you grow and feel good about you and feel safe. And it seems to appreciate your emotional and mental experience. So that's good. That's very good. That is like, well, let me tell you what's up real quick before you leave and do other things and enjoy yourself. I don't know. A little pushy. Just a little bit. A little pushy. Don't know who that is to you. You would know best. All right. 3 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. There it is. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what this feels like up here on these top lines. 3 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, 9 of Cups. It's very soft, loving, generous. Like I said, I had that feeling you are safe to feel feelings with this person. In fact, they actively encourage it. So this could be water person over here. It's just they're very pleased to connect with you. They like working with you. Now, it doesn't have to be work as in work. I'm saying the functions as in Gemini are doing something over here. Don't worry about it. I like this. I like connecting to you. We're building it. It feels safe. We're listening. We're engaged. And I told you it's being returned to you. They like you a lot. They care about you a lot. Bare minimum, you're a soft spot in this person's heart. And I think that's why you feel so safe to communicate with them. But they cooperate. And it's more than friendship here. This is not quite friendship. It's the process of we're both putting into this and we both feel good about it. And that could be anything. No, therefore including friendship. It just doesn't feel that way. It feels considerate. It feels sweet. It feels, considerate and sweet. And you're happy. Yeah, it feels very safe. Knights of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool. Oh, there's this idea of looking back on it. I know I had the energy to open up towards this, but I'm just now taking a leap of faith. I'm just now being the fool. I just now decided to open up towards this. So yeah, whatever this is tentative, and it starts out from a place of experience and feeling good and knowing when to temper that back. But for the most part, you're like, man, I wish I had done this sooner. I wish I'd taken a risk in this direction sooner. I wish I'd opened up towards this sooner. Yeah, like that. The yeehaw was before, but time has passed and now we can reflect on it. It feels like we can open up towards it now. It's kind of like, I wish I had done this before. Okay, let's get some oracles for you. Didn't see too much about that other. Man, they're like Gemini, this, that, and the other. Right when you're trying to get out the door. So just FYI, someone's got a lot of things for you to do, a lot of items on the old list there. It could be work-oriented, which might explain it, especially if it looks like you're in partnership with somebody in terms of your coin. Yeah, that might be the case. And journey. Some of you are going on journeys soon. Number 10, or frankly, it's just the metaphor for having taken a long journey to get where you are today. Absolutely. And great fortune. Oh, are you on the road to great fortune? Are you on the road to great destiny? Okay, very good. Number 26, the great fortune. Very good. This is exciting. Okay, yes. The Book of Wisdom, knowing better. Some of you are very smart, educated, you know. You've read your books, you've done your time on the theory and the philosophy, and you try to live it. All right. But some of you are simply, you're on a new journey to opening up to great fortune, wealth, smart. Okay. Anything else here, please? Time for a change? Has it been time for a change, darling? Yes. Sometimes life is like that. It's just time to be open to change. Yeah, striking, making your fortune. Cool. All right. The Mountain, number 22. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. Yeah. Continue to proceed. It might have felt like it was crossing mountains to get where you are, but you're going to be in a good place. And key. That's the key. That's the takeaway there. Number 15, the key. New beginnings, as we've seen. Directions, adventures. Wait for those who are ready to let go of the past. Very good. 15 and 22. We're going to go ahead and pass on those. I don't think we need them. Three medallions. We have yours, of course, Gemini. We have the medallion of Pisces in the reverse, keyword being intuitive. And then we have, the medallion of Aquarius upside down and in the reverse. So it feels it's the opposite of friendly here. Perhaps well-intended, perhaps well-knowledgeable, but the opposite of friendly. And you're much more in an intuitive space and regarding to whatever this is that makes you feel soft but happy to proceed. It's a completely different skill set, how we connect with this versus whatever that is. A little demanding. It's okay. You can handle it. All right. You might have any of these placements in your chart, by the way. It could be connecting to any of those. Is there anything else? We have the medallion, the seahorse of Pisces. You know, there's that sense I saw right here. Typically, I think your jam here, Gemini, honey, is to withhold your emotion, keep it close to you. But, the seahorse has to choose to open and let all those feelings out in this respective metaphor. So, again, we feel safe with this person to open up with them, which is nice. No letters, which may or may not apply to you anyway, so it's still no letters. Okay, we have the Tree of Life. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Tree of Life landed on this person. There's something here to do with the foundation, the coin, the work, and they're like, hey, I respect that you're trying to do all this other things over here that are personal to you, but reality check, 10 of Pentacles here, foundation, roots, we need to take care of business. So there might be a conflict of interest here regarding work structures, practices, and who's going to get what done. Okay, cats in reverse. Someone's not listening to their intuition. It's not quite where you are. Now, I think you can step away from this a little bit. And they want you to stay focused at all times. I don't know. It's very down to earth, practical. Hey, we need to get this done. We really don't have time for your lollygagging with whatever that is. Well, that's why you have to make decisions in your own best interest. Otherwise, people will be more than happy to tell you what to do. Gemini, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's going on? Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. What's going on for Libra? Okay. All right. Ace of Swords. I'm getting really tired of seeing that. And I promise you I shuffle the hell out of these. The Lovers, the Four Swords, and the Moon. I'm getting tired of seeing that. What's going on? There's like deep feelings, strong secrets. I don't want to look at it, What is going on? The Knights of Pentacles. You get back there. The Hanged Man and the Knights of Swords. Okay. It's trying, I suppose. The World, the Five of Pentacles. Come on now. Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Eight of Swords, Lovers, Four of Swords, the Moon. To your credit, though, compared to other folks I've been saying, you are trying to work through it. It's just been a very slow process. Eight of Swords, the Lovers, the Four of Swords, the Moon. You're like, okay, I admit when it comes to a strong connection, I try not to think about it. I shut it down as often as possible. However, you recognize in some way that's not working for you, which is good. You know, that's some sort of admission. We'll take that, you know. It's not enough to be like, you know what, that strong connection, it confuses the hell out of me. I don't want to think about it. It's not convenient. I have no straightforward answers. It has no straightforward solutions. Just leave it the hell alone. It's better to not think about it. And that can work for a while, but eventually it doesn't sustain, you know. Eventually we're going to start wanting answers for ourselves, bare minimum, about these strong connections and why they end up the way they do, feeling the actual output in terms of reality mentally, while we're still conflicted over them. And it doesn't necessarily involve the other person. It's just the answers that we need to give ourselves. And that means going deep within, having those uncomfortable discussions with ourselves about what happened. Okay, these are the words, these are the actions. This is what it actually meant when we take the illusion away, or the fantasy away, or the strong feelings away. When we take those all away, this is what we're left with, and we boil it down to the truth. But that process can take a long time. You know, the Four Swords, it's some healing, yes, but it's quiet reflection. It's kind of like saying, when I have the time to dedicate towards understanding it, I try to. You try to shut it down less and less these days, which is good. Because I understand, it's so tempting, guys. It's so tempting. These strong connections. I don't want to think about how or why it ended up the way it did. Just shut it down. There's no new answers in there. It's as conflicting as it ever was. Just leave it alone. And that just won't do. Temporarily, yeah, but long-term, no. It doesn't. So to your credit, you try to understand it, but it's really taken a lot of time to get any sort of answers. But every now and again, when it gets quiet, when you allow yourself to have the moment, you're like, okay, I'll contemplate on it a little bit. And you learn stuff when you go into the moon about that connection, yourself, okay? And that's good. Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, Knight of Swords. If it helps you, it's not just you, they do too. There's a Hanged Man between these two, so. I don't think we're exchanging perspectives with this person, but just to let you know, they experience it in their own way too. It's the thing about Lover's Connection. It has its own particular process. If you take it to a secret place without really fully acknowledging it or understanding it, they're going to probably be doing the same thing, you know. But what I can tell you is that spiritually, you two are exchanging perspectives in your own way. You better understand them. The more progress you make, they better understand you. The more progress they make. And it's kind of like an exchange here, shoes on the other foot type thing. Okay? I'm not sure why I'm saying it, unless for spiritually for the both of you. You're both processing it more or less at the same time, in the same space. Okay? Exchanging shoes, if you will. That's all I really know. Perhaps you two are exchanging shoes, even now as we speak. Now, the World and the Five of Pentacles. Page and page. Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. I see you better accepting the break. You know? Understanding that it's done. And simply put, being open to other things. Really absorbing the break and what that means. You know, not showing me any sort of secret and rejected ideas of hope and reunion. And that might well be the case further out. This is what I'm saying for you now. For now, I see you coming more to peace with the fact that something's over. And it's probably best that it stays that way, at least for now. And you left me a ... Open, open, open. Even in the smallest of ways, whatever that is to you. Open to other things. Open to new investment. Open to new levels of interest and or curiosity, whichever that is. All right, let's get some advice for you, please. But yeah. For those of you who really, really want to know if it's going to come back around, any strong connection has that chance, has that potential. But for the Libra, I'm looking at your first step here is understanding really, first of all, your perspective and maybe seeing things from theirs. Maybe it helps you to understand they're undergoing something similar, but the biggest takeaway here is that whatever this is final, you know? And we don't want to go back on it. Let's get some advice, please. You being open to other things. Isn't it nice to know that your energy is opening up to other things? The Tower, the Empress, Justice, you. Those two are your power cards. This changed you a lot, particularly your sense of fairness. It changed how you view yourself. It changed how you view your sense of generosity and empowerment. It changed how you view justice. Specifically, it's not just changed you, but also what it is you've learned. You learned wholeheartedly that whatever this is, while you might have been strongly connected to it, you had to learn wholeheartedly that whatever this is isn't fair. For yourself or the connection. You were not doing justice by you, by participating in it, even though you were strongly connected to it. It did not represent a good form for you in empowerment. It did not represent a good form of who you were when you were connecting to it, and it was not fair. It was not fair for you to participate in it. And while you may feel inherently that whatever this connection was, that it owes you, you might really feel that way. I'll point out they might feel that way too. It's not really the point. You also don't owe it anything either. So no, this probably was very unfair, whatever it was. And it changed you a great deal. But also, P.S., you don't owe it either. Did we have this discussion recently? I did with one of the signs where I said you don't owe it anything. Because you don't. It's null and void at this point. And you might feel like it will never be returned to you. Let's be happy that you don't have any more on this, any more debt. Because you don't owe it either. So yeah, by all means, please be open to other things. Accept this ending. Trust me, they're learning things too. So if they're saying you don't owe anything, but this was an unfair situation, you put yourself in it, you shouldn't have, but you did. Cool. Now that you're out of it, you don't owe it anymore. So imagine then what they had to learn. Perhaps what it is they do owe. That doesn't mean they'll pay it. But at least we don't have it on our conscience, you know? Four of Cups, Ace of Wands, the Fool. Yeah, it's been hard for you to get out of this muck state of unhappiness. I got you. And yet, nevertheless, you're coming out of it now. The Fool, Ace of Wands. Being open to other things. Sometimes it shows up in pages. That's okay. Get the process started. Look at where you're coming from, yeah? Believe in new beginnings so that they can believe in you. Start taking your new investments seriously. And open that feeling to new beginning. You don't owe this anything. You're in the free and clear and the debt. Okay? So, you don't have to keep putting the thought of it off. Keep learning from it. Understand that you two are likely exchanging perspectives without being in each other's proximity. That means there was a lot to learn on both sides. As far as I can tell, you're free from debt. Okay, so should you have been in it? It's like chicken and the egg. If you hadn't been in this, you wouldn't have learned about yourself. You also wouldn't have learned about how unfair the situation is, but you also wouldn't have learned that you don't owe it anything despite how powerful it was. So it's down to you to understand if it was worth it or not. But it seems to me, yeah. Maybe not the feeling, but the lesson might have been worth it. The harshness of the bullwhip, being very hard on yourself. Marriage. Some of you, this involved marriage, being very harsh. Okay. Harsh on yourself, harsh about the connection. Wisdom, insight, owl reflection. And despair. And we're knowing intellectually, with the owls though, intellectually understanding this was a hopeless situation. Being harsh in this marriage or relationship, if it was a marriage that was outside of the connection you were in, then you already knew what the odds were. I'm not going to press on that point. That's not necessarily what I saw here today, but FYI for some of you, if somebody was already in a commitment, then you already knew. Okay? Then you already knew. You knew how this was going to blow up. You knew how this was going to end, and this is how you knew it wasn't fair or it wasn't karmically correct. Okay? And we're being harsh on ourselves for that because literally having known better. It was a hopeless situation for others of you who are in marriages, and it represents that kind of energy. Okay. You stop being so hard on yourself. It's done. It looks like we don't owe it anything anyway. Okay? Especially if we overgave to it. All right, we have numbers 11, 3, 12, and 32. Okay. We have the number 14, Judgment. Soul searching will bring inner peace to many areas of your life. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, whatever this was may not have been worth the connection, the frustration, the emotionality, but it seems to have freed you substantially, or rather you freed yourself from it. And you learned a lot about yourself in the process. Soul searching will bring you inner peace. Okay? So keep on with that. Number 14, Judgment. About love. What is real love? What does that mean? Number 17, love. Love surrounds you and all your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. Okay? We need to have soul searching about love. Learn about ourselves, this connection. What's the difference between love and being in love? Okay? And what is fairness and reciprocation? Okay, and justification. No, at the end of the day, I don't think you owe this anything. I really don't. But you have to come to terms with that. You have to come to peace with that. I can't do it for you. Tarot doesn't dictate action. You do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. Give yourself permission to deep dive into this without being harsh on yourself. All right? It's time you got opened back up into the areas of your life that suggest new beginning and hope for yourself. Really being at peace with this. Wishing well. Number 48. Yeah, I like that. Wishing well. Do you wish well for yourself? Absolutely. But it's kind of like saying it's the ultimate peace you can have with somebody. You know what? I wish them well. Whoever they are. I wish them well. But the mask is off. I wish them well. Sometimes it's all you can do. Number 19, Dragon's Lair. Feeling very protective about your home space or understanding whatever that situation was cold, guarded, heavily cold, but still guarded. Never feeling welcome in one's home space. Always feeling protective of it, excluded from it. If you were the dragon, right, protecting your home space, never feeling comfortable in it, or it was them, it was a Dragon's Lair. It's cold and it's detached, and we weren't allowed to feel welcome in someone's environment, so on and so forth. Number 19, like I said. Okay. I'm just wishing that someone would let us in more, and that wasn't going to happen. The letter T. We have the medallion of Taurus as well as Pisces. The key words here being intuitive as well as the incentivizer. You might have any of these strong placements in your chart. It could be connected to one. And then we have the medallion of the dog. The little dog for some of you. Just Small dog. Pegasus in reverse and upside down. Someone was not free to pursue. Someone was not free to choose. No sense of independence or taking flight of one's own free will and accord. Has nowhere to go, no choices to make, no sense of freedom attached to somebody. Okay? Okay. Libra, honey, I do hope this helped you. It's going to be okay. And it is safe for you to reflect on this. It is safe for you to learn from it. You need to. I want you to. And yes, there is an exchange of perspectives here from the other, even if you aren't aware of it, and you're not going to be. Will it always be like this? I don't know. But for now it is. Okay? And you accepting this break could not have been any other way, and you understanding at last that this situation was not fair, no matter what you told yourself. And you'll see it for yourself. You know what? It wasn't fair. It wasn't fair to me. I overgave to this, and I told myself it was okay. It wasn't. But at least you can walk away from this saying, I don't owe it shit. It might owe you something, and it may never pay. But at least you're not in the debt. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pumpkin. Sing me in. Honey, Mommy's literally about to read. Okay, Mommy's literally about to read for Taurus. Oh, Pumpkin. Oh, that's so sweet, honey. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to Taurus? Oh, no. If Mommy could, I'd play with you all day. I would play with you all day. And we have nice long walks and adventures all day. And I give you scratches all day. But reality is, Mommy has to work, Pumpkin. Yes. Mommy's got to work. Okay. Do me a favor, be a good girl. We'll get you a treaties and we'll get you a walk here in a little bit. I promise. You get down for me? It's Taurus time. Yes. No, it's not cinnamon time. It's Taurus time. I love you. Down. Good. No, oh. Now look, you got your fuzzies all over. Honey, seriously, I just cleaned this. Taurus, honey, welcome to your Thursday check-in. As soon as I sat down, naturally, my girl here is like, no, we're not having that. A little jealousy there. A little bit jealous. That's okay. She's going through that phase right now. You will note that yours and the water signs look a little different. When I initially recorded the bulk of the Thursday check-in, I simply ran out of time, but that's okay. Here we are, and that's what matters, yeah? So let's see what's going on for you. Indeed, what is going on for Taurus? Oh, it's a beautiful day. That's what it is. I hope it's a beautiful day where you are. What is going on? Show me, Taurus, please. Show me, Taurus. My little love monster. What is going on? Let's see, Taurus, please. What's up? As soon as I sit down, honestly. Yes, I believe she's entered the toddler years. What's going on? Show me. Show me, Taurus. What's going on, Taurus? The moon. Really? I ask what's going on with you and you're like, none of your business. Well, it's not going to work, Taurus, honey. That's just not going to work. Oh my, bit touchy. 7 of Wands, Page of Wands, and the Empress. You're like, it's none of your business. A little sensitive. Oh, I'm making fun of you, but wow. Straight away, you're like, why are we here? Why are we here? Relax the energies, okay? We're here for a reason, honey. 3 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. Was that so hard? Honestly. You don't have to take that to the moon and back. Good Lord. 7 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Swords, 2 of Swords. Look, it can be worked through. Absolutely, it can be worked through with a little bit of work, literally a little bit of work here between these two stubborn people. I said it. Yeah, with a little bit of work. And yes, it's got to work both ways. I completely agree with you. That's duh. Okay? Look, straight away with the moon, 7 Wands, Page of Wands, the Empress. We have someone in our mind. We have someone in our heart. And you're like, I can't have that. We're going to shove it down under the moon. So what is the moon? The moon is still, even though it's the moon, is technically water Piscean. Doesn't have to be. Okay? It's not the point. The point is that the moon reflects the shadows and the vastness of the ocean, and everything that it could potentially contain. So it's typically fears, illusions, delusions, fantasies, and frankly shit we just don't want to deal with because it's scary or we feel it could hurt us. You know, it's the warehouse. It's the storage warehouse of all the crap we don't want to deal with. So it can be quite vast. And the ocean, I don't know if you've seen it at night, it looks scary. You're like, what is that? That's not land. I know that. Let's stay away from it. So 7 of Wands, that's like saying the same thing twice, but with a little bit more attitude. No. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to feel about it. I'm just going to shove it way down there where even I don't know what the hell's going on. So it's a secret to you at this point. And what's your secret, honey? What was all the fuss? What was the big to-do? What was with the drama? Okay. Page of Wands, the Empress. Really? For those of you who are sipping intolerant, that is your cue to lower your volume. Really? That's what all the fuss was about? Page of Wands to the Empress. Like, how badly is this person in your spirit that you had to shove them way down there like that? Now, typically I would default to the Empress as being you. It is technically one of your power cards. But given the fussiness of where you came from and how adamant you are that it's a topic that's not up for discussion, it's automatically outside of you at this point. So that's someone else. The Emperor and Empress, these are like VIP people. They're persons of importance in our life in terms of what they represent, what they do, and how they impact us. We give them that assignment. We give them that role, you know? They're not born that way. It's like, you're an emperor, you're an empress, okay? We choose it. We also can choose it for ourselves. And you're like, I thought to that person and what I feel towards them is off limits, and it's a secret even to me. I ain't dealing with it. Bye, bitch. It's kind of like... The thing is that they have a lot of importance to you. All the more reason why they should probably be lifted up in your mind and thought about more, not less. Okay, and felt through specifically because the moon is still water. Oh, I know. Feelings, honey. Gross. I know. But the thing is, we had to lift that out there of the moon and feel it a little more. And there is a lot to feel. And there's part of you that's very adamant that that's not the case. That's the opposite's true. 3 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. And it's like, was that so hard? No. Okay. It really isn't. That's beautiful. It's love. It's simple care, loving structures, support systems between you and this person that has the opportunity for a blueprint to either get to agreeable terms, starting over, clean slate, friendliness, cooperation. But it's done so in a way that reflects the best of the both of you. You two have common ground. You do. You have common ground at the emotional level and the willingness to make this thing structured, to put something towards it. 3 of Pentacles confuses people. So that's why it's kind of dusted off into that category called friendship. It's literally those things I described. Here we see the cooperation of architects. What is built between us is exactly that, is built between us. We start here. I give a bit, you give a bit. We start building something and the blueprint expands. So that's why it's called friendship, cooperation, clean slate. Starting from here, see where it goes. The point is, it's cooperative. And there is very good feeling behind it. There is. There's a softness here, and there's a mutual sense of care, love, and respect. And it can be brought together, what looks like pretty darned easily. Okay? For this not VIP person. All right? I can only see, it's everybody's favorite thing. I can only see what's here, not what isn't. I didn't see a you Taurus. Okay? I didn't see a get out of my face Taurus. I didn't see anybody being mean to you. What I see is ample possibility to get along, cooperate, or find common ground with this person who we try very hard not to think about. Okay? There's a lot of room here. And what I like above all, and this is what gives me the most reassurance as a reader who's been doing this a long time, is that the 2 of Cups is at the center of the reading, which means a deep appreciation of love and care and respect is mutually felt on both sides. It's literally at the heart of the matter. Okay? And then we have the cooperative elements banking either side of that. So yes. Yeah. With a little bit of work, in cooperation. For those of you like, I don't know if they'll cooperate back, well, start the activity and see if it happens. If you don't get response, if you don't get the same level of cooperation, then you have an answer. Done. You don't have to worry about it anymore. They can remain in the forever fuck off category that is the moon. Okay? Cool. But for others of you, it's kind of like saying, because I don't want to talk about it, or I don't want to feel about it, I already know the end results. No, that's what we've been telling ourselves. We don't know about this until we start trying. Somebody's got to try first. 7 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, 2 of Swords. There it is. Okay, I got 2 heads of state meeting over mutual matters. You two have developed roots in some way. There is familiarity here. Here we have the cooperative effort. It went from a 3 to a 7. So now we're starting to see results, okay, from the cooperation. And 2 of Swords, we're in that process of clearing up confusion. It's not going to be a rush thing. You of all signs can appreciate that. But it's not stagnation either. Remember, it went from a 3 to a 7. So we're going to have consistency in here. We're clearing up confusion, and 2 people, more or less, feel good about what they're sharing and exchanging. We'll start there, okay? What kicks it off? I have no idea. Let's get some advice. Perhaps we'll see. I don't know how long it's going to take, though, because look at you, but it's like there ain't nothing to talk about. Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about. Some of you are about, this might take a while. It kind of depends. So I don't know. When I see theories, it's like, okay. And then somebody who puts it into practice are 2 different categories. I see the possibility for putting this into practice. There it is. Someone has to have the cojones here to open up their heart, to connect. Okay, but it has to come from a good place. No matter how small, that's not the point. They get things going. This is what you call a manageable page. They're not given an assignment that they can't handle here. Okay? Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please, for Taurus. There's a Page of Wands. 7 of Pentacles, the Hermit. Yeah, be open. A little bit of growth, as you know, as Taurus, can go a long way and launch us into healing. Looking back on it with experience, reflection, hindsight, this is going to be so much easier than perhaps you had initially convinced yourself of. Okay, the impossible's back here, and P.S. I don't want to discuss it. Over here we have the reflection of, oh, you know what, I do have the skills, tools, and abilities to grow this thing and get it back on path. I'm familiar with its roots. I should take trust and faith in that. Yes, absolutely. And there it is. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, it really is. For those of you who are not familiar with that Earthian energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, you might have some Virgo in your chart, by the way, tend to put a lot in that pentacle value, so it's not just the material world. It's a common misconception. They put thoughts in there, they put feelings in there, they put belief systems in there. So am I surprised at all that you're showing me, I see this actual progress and it's making sense to me, and P.S. it's making me feel better along the way the more I engage with it? No, not at all. We're clearing up the confusion, and I have 2 heads of state meeting over common or mutual interest. But what's behind it is the good feeling for this to happen at all. It has to be mutual care and respect, Taurus, honey. Otherwise, there's no point, you know? Three of Wands, 5 of Swords, 7 of Cups. We've been playing for time, and that's been a form of self-sabotage. This is self-sabotage light. This is very common. It's surprisingly common right here. You know, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait. Maybe they'll come back to me. Maybe I'll get over it. You know what? There's nothing to get over. It doesn't bother me at all. It's self-sabotage, waiting it out, playing down the clock, trying to talk ourselves out of any sort of feeling at all. 7 of Cups. I don't feel anything at all, and I don't think about it at all, and I'm not waiting. I mean, if it comes back around on its own, that's great, but otherwise I'm not going to do nothing. Why should I? You know, it's very common, you know. But just because it's common doesn't mean it's correct. Again, the opposite's true. Whenever we are in that position of, I need to talk myself into this or out of this, whatever it is, That's when we need to stop, because typically, again, the opposite thought or action is true. So the more you had to talk yourself out of it, I don't have any feelings, I'm not waiting. I'm not. Oh, no, I'm not. Once we actually start engaging in what we know we can do, we start to feel better versus the lie we're telling ourselves when we don't feel good, better. And it just kind of reinforces that moon, leave me alone energy, you know. Once more, not picking on you. I read what's here, guys. And if you needed that reassurance, I see it right there in the midline, and then it grows. Clears up confusion. After that is what is after that is what's after that. That's a different reading for a different day. I can only kind of lock in about what I'm seeing now, or the potential for what could be. Yeah? Okay. All right, Taurus, honey. Let's do one more on that one. The storm has passed. Okay, we're waiting for a storm, a literal storm, to clear up. The clouds dissipate, they go away, storm's over. Tower moment's over, the disruption's over. You know, it's calm now. Everything's calm now. The storm is in reverse. And the house, 20, mass, 40. Okay. Interesting. 20, we have the house. There's a sense of intimidation here. So we have the grand house, right? It's not exactly home. It's a house. It's formidable. Okay? There's money, there's wealth, there's authority put into that. There's something here about the intimidation, possibly. It's hard to get past that gate. Intimidation. Baby. What? Baby. Cinnamon. Hey, hey, hey. Mama's working. Honey, I know. She's restless. She's restless because the weather's gorgeous, and she's absolutely right. Poor baby, she needs her walks. We're used to doing many, many walks in a day, except for when it's very, very hot. That would be irresponsible. But, and we haven't had a chance to. I just kind of had to launch into this morning, and she's like, I need my walk. I know. Me too, actually. I have as much physical need to get the energy out as she does too. So that's why we're really good companions. And then we have the mask, you know. I get that. It's two-faced. Now, again, all cards in tarot reflect human nature. Okay, false mask. A lot of people interpret this as the negative. I've always seen this as you should. The face that I show you is not going to be the same face I show someone else. And there's a sense here of concern about seeing intimidating face. Okay. A hard to read face, a closed off face, an intimidating face, or a powerful face. It's like, what side of this person am I going to get? Or me too. What am I going to show this person? That's a concern. It's not a guarantee. What side of this person am I going to get? Perhaps because we want, I was ready to say, we want something softer. Okay. Well, perhaps that could be addressed sooner rather than later. You know? I'd like to talk to you as a person. Okay? So maybe without the attitude or the anger. I don't know if you want to use those words, but you understand. It's like, can we just have a normal conversation? Okay? Between you and I. Something like that. Because you do want the softness in here as opposed to being met with authority or empowerment or intimidation. Or perhaps they feel that way about you, dropping the mask, letting me actually see you as a person. Because there's this idea of, there's the vulnerable side, there's the softer side, and then there's what I'm used to saying, and that's the person I don't want to speak to. So whoever needs to let their guard down, perhaps address that straight away. Just want to let you know this is how I'm approaching this. Okay? We want to see the softer side here. So perhaps lead by example. If you're more worried about the kind of face you'll receive from them, it might be that the face about you they're worried about, and they want to see your softer side in order to engage with you. It might work both ways here, especially given the duality. Okay, but I do still see it nonetheless being worked through. Number 28. It's the high honor. There it is again. There's that sense of impressiveness. There it is again. Empowerment, impressiveness. High honor. Yes, it is an honor, but see, the thing is, honey, that honor is going to run both ways. I saw it right here. Okay. You two honor each other. You'll be okay. All right? All right, let's keep on keeping on. No. It's going to be all right. Let's not put so much faith and stock into presentation and glory and all this other stuff. Let's just let it be two people who are trying to connect, because that's what you two essentially are doing, the both of you. Number 48, the wishing well. There it is. Once more, we have the indication of the mask. We want that to drop or lift away. Wishing well. For some of you, that's wishing well. Making wishes in the well. Number 48, for some of you, wishing well. For some reason, that's striking a point. Some of you have made wishes over this concept before. But again, here we have that lifting of the mask. Okay. I understand. And wish this well. I wish you well. Wish yourself well. It's going to be all right. Just don't give in to the self-sabotage. Sad embrace, number 45. We feel cold. We want to feel warm. Okay, we want to feel warm, not cold. And we want the embrace of whichever this is. It's important to us. Perhaps it runs both ways, honey. 45 and 48. Okay. No, we're going to go and skip that. I'm not feeling that. Let's do charms. Right there. Just trying to... Speared the heart right on the finger there. Just speared the heart. Yeah, it's right there. It's at the heart. The heart is at the heart of the reading. Isn't that lovely? That's what I want you to take faith in, honey. Not the intimidation, not empowerment, not saving face, not attitude. What's felt. Okay. That's what's real. We have one letter, H. We have two medallions. They're both in the reverse. They're both air. We have Libra in the reverse, the key word here being charming. And then we have Aquarius in the reverse, the key word here being friendly. So between the two of you, being friendly and maybe being a little bit charming. Perhaps that's all it's going to take, you know. We have the medallion of the child. Someone here might have a child, and also that sense of vulnerability that a child has. Simply asking for what they need, you know. We have the frog with the coin in its mouth. Somebody concerns themselves with prosperity. We have the infinity loop. It does feel kind of like a soul bond thing, or at least where the feeling is even, okay? Even distribution. And then we have the cat in reverse and upside down. Someone is very much not listening to themselves, and you know where that's going to go right there. All right, Taurus, honey, I do hope this helped you. I do. Make progress in this. I know you can. And it looks like the other person wants to as well. Okay? I hope this helps. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Well, now. Taurus took me on quite the frustrating ride. I hope that's not a marker for all earth signs, you know, because I always say I had my limit. I have my limits. What's going on? Show me Virgo. What's going on? Please show me Virgo. Show me Virgo. Show me Virgo. What's up? What's going on? Let's see Virgo, please. What is going on? Queen of Swords. The Nine of Wands. Good night. The Emperor is about to say if you have some Aries in your chart, maybe check theirs out. I want to say they had a similar vibe. Oh, so much blockage, obstruction, and bullshit. What is going on? Okay. Oh, God. 10 of Cups. Oh, the devil. Guys, no, seriously. I shake and shift the hell out of these cards. Ay, yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Knights of Wands. 2 of Cups. 10 of Wands. The King of Wands. Okay. That's good. Just, it's so hard. The opening line. I know that's what she said. I know. Queen of Swords, 9 of Wands, the Emperor, 2 of Swords. I feel exhausted looking at this. To be fair, though, Taurus primed me. But I have to say, somebody in a fire sign gave up a hell of a fight. And I want to say it was Aries. Could be wrong, though. But a similar sense of, I don't want to listen to this. Well, you're going to sit here and listen to it. And I don't want to. And screw you. And so I've got a back and forth non-productive dialogue. And I mean non-productive between you and somebody. Okay, someone's trying to be logical but adamant. I know what's up. I know what's up. Here's my point of view. And then they get frustrated, shut it down. And then I got an Emperor over here being like, well, I don't know nothing, but I'm going to insist that I'm fine or that the situation's fine. So there. I got 2 stubborn wills here, really combating. And I don't know what you two are discussing, but it seems to have something to do with the family dynamic. Now, this is where it gets weird. It's difficult. Death, Ten of Cups, the Devil. There is such a poor feeling here between you and someone else. It's non-harmonious. It's the opposite of the Ten of Cups, and it's getting into such a bad place. It looks like whatever that is, we won't be emotionally exchanging with it for a while, if not permanently. There's such a bad rapport between you and someone else, and it got to the point of stubbornness and wills, and I'm not backing down. Well, guess what? Neither am I, because that's more or less what this top line is. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Someone's like, you will listen to me, and the person's like, no, I won't. We have no easing here of energies. We have no sense of temperance or looking from the other person's perspective or even working through it just to maintain gestures with some simple pentacles at this point. It is just kind of like an all-out stalemate / battle of wills. And it's changing. That's going to have some actions we can't go back on, but that seems to be okay. And I know that sounds strange, but maybe you get it with the bottom row here. So Death, Ten of Cups, the Devil. This is where I have to tell people all the time, you have to do what's in your best interest, even if it's family and friends. Some would say particularly, and I would be one of those people, family and friends, because maybe they shouldn't be in your circle. Maybe not forever, even if it's a temporary suspension, if you will, until one or both people have a time to transform or change their points of view. But sometimes you just can't interact with everybody. Would you like this person to harmonize in the Ten of Cups? Yeah. Would you like to harmonize in theirs? I'm sure. Would you two like to see each other that way? Ten of Cups is at the heart of the reading, so I know family is important to the both of you. So Ten of Cups is the harmony principle. It could be whomever it is you look out across in your life, and you're glad that that person's there for support, for love, okay, a sense of well-being, and you are in their life ideally for the same reasons. Now, would we like everybody to get along? Yeah, be it one person or 20. Of course. Of course. Sometimes we just can't, and we need to know that. All right? We need to know that. Sometimes it gets into such a critically poor state where it becomes toxic or even, God forbid, abusive in an emotional dynamic. I don't know who this is. It doesn't have to be romantic, guys. Again, Ten of Cups is not just one person. All right? It changes the dynamic a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. Does that mean everybody you know is out the window? No. It's that one person who sticks out like a sore fucking thumb. Otherwise, we would all get along. I would feel good about being in their life, and they would feel good about being in mine, but we don't. We don't. We're always at odds. And this is more than at odds. This is more than being stubborn. This is, you two aren't able to effectively communicate at all. And it goes into a place of it's affecting others at this point. So this is where you would call it's toxic leakage. It's not just between you two being argumentative and stubborn about one issue. It's affecting a lot of people. We don't want that. So for now, let's just say for now, we do not want to exist in the same place in the same time as that person. Right? We're talking like for those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, we're not seeing them at the table, or there's at least 3 or 4 spots in between you and that person at the table. You understand? Because it goes into a bad place where it affects many people. But I am saying it's still for the best. And this is why it's so hard to do these things, is because the people who are closest to us we can get hurt the most by them and then create something toxic for everybody else too. And we don't want that. And I know it's working because the Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, I'm reading too fast. 2 of Cups, 10 of Wands, and the King of Wands. You're saying, you know what, this was hard to admit, but I have to say things are better. And you mean it too. You're showing me a lightness of being that was not there before. You feel easier. You feel more confident. You feel more relaxed. A lot more relaxed. Even jovial. Downright jovial. You're saying it's so much easier to concentrate on my emotional unions that are right here as opposed to this one. And you're saying things are a lot healthier between you and someone else, and you feel good about it. And you don't, it's just, it doesn't feel toxic. Okay? It's like, yeah, it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. And I do feel the responsibility of this shift in dynamic. You're saying you do feel that, but you're also saying you can't deny that you don't feel a lot better too. So is that a permanent exclusion? Is that a permanent death? I don't know. I don't know. So like I'm saying, for the time being, let's just say we're not going to interact with it. And you're glad you did. You say, I'll take that responsibility. The King of Wands, Ten of Wands. It's like, you know what? I'll take that responsibility. That's fine. Because look how much easier things are. You feel a lot better, particularly between yourself and someone else. Okay? There's room for that, by the way. There's more space for that now. The healthy connection. I don't know what that Two of Cups is to you. I just know that you feel a lot better about connecting to it, and it's easier too. Okay, let's get some. So I'm sorry you went through absolute hell with somebody like that. Long term? That I don't know. But let's say that particular dynamic is not welcome at the table. All right? For now. And make no mistake, you're probably not welcome in theirs either, but that's part of the exchange. It's like, that's probably the one thing we can agree about. I shouldn't be in your table and you shouldn't be at mine, at least for now. I agree. Will it not? It will be transformed? I don't know. But I do know that was a good exchange. Three of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and Temperance. Yeah, someone keeps rejecting the offer to heal. So if somebody's rejecting the olive branch, if someone is rejecting this idea of making things right or showing a gesture of goodwill here, accept it as truth. You can only extend yourself so many times and say, I'm sorry, this is what I have to offer, or hey, this is how we can get along, or hey, this is our common ground, or hey, this is how I can. If somebody keeps rejecting it, there's nothing you can do. There really is nothing you can do. Okay? This might be an olive branch further down the line, later down. But for now, I want you to concentrate on what it is you can fix, because we spent a lot of energy here feeling like we were rejected over and over again, and we don't need to keep doing that. So put the best of yourself into stuff that will heal, and this situation can take a back seat. You already know what to expect from it by now. If somebody wants to reject your offer, you got the answer, babe. Okay? You got the answer. The Hierophant, the Queen of Swords, the Two of Pentacles. This is something we've been back and forth with somebody going toe-to-toe on for a while. Oh, my. We really, really are trying to access the best solution. I mean, we've been going back and forth on this for a minute. For a while. Seasons, possibly years. And somehow you two came to a head recently. Like I said, I honestly don't know. But it's kind of like in that space of trying to prevent any ill feeling between us spilling over into everyone else. Let's agree to separate, at least for now. Our energies. Physical energies. Man. Somebody was trying so hard to find a solution, really committed to it. I'm going to go ahead and default to that being you with that Queen of Swords and the Nine of Wands, and you kept pressing the point and pressing the point, but you were kept being met with no, but also, you know, not changing, not budging. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. A lot of bricks in there. Yeah, but no, we see a lot of dedication here to trying to solve this, and we just couldn't. I mean, everything that we were offering kept getting rejected. It's not good enough. I got it. So again, there's nothing you can do. You can keep going like this. I'm sorry. This is what I have to work with. I'm trying to understand you. Here's some time. Here's some patience. Here's some more energy. Oh, you're still not satisfied. You're still not happy. Okay. Well, I guess I'll fuck off then. Is it permanent? I don't know. That's another reading for another day. But I do like, you feel a lot freer. And it's almost like saying, you know what? That was worth it. It was worth it. It was hard, but it was worth it. Yeah, I agree. You feel a lot lighter, darling. A lot lighter. So I don't know who it is you're opening up towards, but it feels easier, a lot easier, freer too, I must say. The distant horizon, number 3. Okay. Traveling outwards. Some of you are traveling outwards to a known community, part of your roots, family structure. Yeah, so for some of you, we're talking about holiday dynamics. Okay? Okay. Okay. Rolling the dice. Rolling the dice. Rolling the dice. Rolling the dice. Number 39. Rolling the dice. Distance. Traveling to the trees, the root system. Some of you are going back home relatively soon. That's kind of a safe bet. That's not brilliance in tarot. That's just the time of year for some of you. Trust me, I can make fun of myself, especially when it's like, well, that's an easy call. I tend to see a lot of travel around the holiday season. Ooh, mind-blowing shit. No, it's there you go. Some of you are visiting family structures, rolling the dice. Now, that's the interesting piece. Is this the first time we haven't? Oh, we made a decision. Oh, you made a different decision. Good job, honey. You took a roll of that particular. You chose a different door than what you normally would. Good job. You made a different decision. You rolled the dice and you said, fuck it. Let's try this then. Okay. Good job. And for some of you, it's simply separate ways. You chose separate doors. You took a dice. You rolled the dice on that one, and it's good. That was a good decision. 3922. Okay. Again, okay, so I am seeing two different travel directions, aren't I? It may not be the literal travel. For some of you, it's the metaphor. You went your way, they went their way. Like I said, there's going to be different tables visited this year. Metaphor as well as in reality. Okay? Yes. Okay. Distance, they went to their family home, you went to your family. I don't know. Something like that. But we chose something different this year. And oh, don't we feel so much more relaxed? Don't we feel so much more relaxed? It was a good decision, Virgo. We need some space from this bare minimum. But I like how you feel so much better, honey. Oh, that makes me feel better too. Okay. There's the spark here, number 34, and rock bottom. Ooh. We tried to create some... what was it? Creativity, a sense of connecting through music, inspiration, creativity. You understand? There's the spark, but it was like hitting rock bottom. Okay. We tried to inject some humor or lightness into the situation, and it seemed to sink things further. That means the other person was prepared to not give. Okay. Tried to make things lighter or easier, or tried to find a creative solution, and it just hit rock bottom. That kind of shows you how unbending the other person was. Okay. Okay, remember, honey, it takes two. All right. If someone doesn't want to see a solution, all they see is problems. There you go. All right. We have the letter F. We have the letter H. We have the clouds. Even on rainy days, guys, there's still silver linings, and rainy days aren't bad. They're not. Might be a lot of overhead where you are, or simply the situation has got you down. I understand. But it's going to turn into a lucky thing in the end. It's a 4-leaf clover. There's a little bit of luck in here. And then we have the star in reverse and upside down. Someone doesn't know what they want. Okay? I don't know what they want, and that shouldn't be a major problem. I see you tried to work with this. It's okay. Virgo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Let's see Capricorn, please. What's going on? If you have any prominent Taurus or Virgo in your chart, perhaps check those out. Your card came out a couple of times. People just getting hit really hard right now. What's up with you? What's going on? What's up? Okay. Yeah, devil. Well, it's nice to see you. I promise I'll shuffle the hell out of these in between takes. Never mind what you see on camera. So, oh, people just feeling you, honey. What is up? What is going on? The Knights of Pentacles and 2 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. Cursed drats. It's interesting to see you like that. You're legitimately telling me you don't know what to do and you feel bad about it. A sense of helplessness, I'm assuming. Okay, let's keep on. 3 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, the Hierophant, 6 of... I was about to say, what are you going to do? Because you tell me, I don't really tell you. I can give you an idea. Sometimes you can pull a surprise on me. Okay. I'll give you this. In comparison to other Earth signs, which is no disrespect to Taurus and Virgo, I love all my collectives. It's just, I'm saying you eventually show me something that says, well, this is it. And you did it again. Thank you. I appreciate that. My eyebrows pop sometimes because you can show me things with such absolute finality. It's like, okay, well, I respect your process, Capricorn. And I'm laughing, and I'm not laughing at you. I would never. It's just I'm a real person with real reactions, and things hit me in a certain way too. And P.S. I'm a water sign, so let's keep that in mind. But this is, this is coming from a place of not surprise to you at this point. I was ready to say you opened up with you here about a situation. And it is situational at first, the circumstance of it. You showed me Pentacle. It's an earthly matter. I've been trying to sort this out. And you're getting upset. There's a sense of helplessness here. And you don't like feeling helpless. Capricorn does not like to feel helpless. And about a situation that, let's call it for what it is, Cappy, real talk, right? You should be able to appreciate that whatever this is has been deteriorating for a long time. We're talking a couple years, okay? Knight of Pentacles, slow. 2 of Pentacles, time, not knowing what to do. Time, energy, and effort. 5 of Pentacles, about something that was already breaking. And has been breaking, and you didn't know how to stop it. You also didn't know how to fix it. So yeah, that's going to be enough to make anyone feel helpless, and it's going to provoke fears in you. That's your fears talking to you. Capricorn, are we trying to get something to work at this point, floating by, hoping it's going to do anything other than the obvious, which is break? And it's going to provoke that fear response and say, nope, we're going to stay this course. We're going to continue to try to give this something. And it was a fear thing. You kept giving to this, not knowing what the end result would be, but you knew what the end result would be. And it's going to make that helpless feeling. And you're going to hate it. You're going to resent it. You're going to resent yourself for it. I'm not saying you should. No, I'm saying that's natural. It's normal. Not knowing what to do and feeling stuck in that way for a long time is going to make anyone feel helpless and resentful, angry, bitter. It's like watching the world's slowest collision. You wish you could stop it, but you can't. But to your credit, like I said, you put a very strong punctuation there right at the end. This is non-negotiable, period. So let's talk about it. 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, Knight of Wands. For a while, and again, this is what I saw on your top line too. Your middle piece is just backing that up. For a while, you really legitimately tried to put something into this that says, I'm trying to work through the pain. I'm trying to give something of myself to this 3 of Pentacles. Will you please join me in that space? So if you have to beg anybody for the lowest common denominator of cooperation, you know what the answer is, right? It's just, you don't want that to be the answer, but it is the answer. And that's the lowest common denominator for cooperation. I'm trying to put some hope in this, some sort of positive energy. Can we build whatever this is? I wouldn't even call this a friend, but whatever it is, maybe it is best suited as friendship. I still wouldn't call it a friend, but this is not friendship. But something that suggests friendliness, something that suggests cooperation. I'm trying. Can you try as well, please? Before we completely see this fucking thing out through the very lame end of it. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. So, joy upon joy, you stop giving it that. I'm happy for you. I am. Yeah, the other two, Taurus, Virgo, bless them, they put me through it, but you're showing me says, I see it, I get it. Your loyalty, the commitment here, the Hierophant, I don't know if it's commitment, it says marriage is anything that you signed up for and you said that you would stand behind. Because that's who you are, that's what you're about, that's what you believe in, that's what the Hierophant is. You're saying, I can't continue to stand by this. Good. I don't want you to. It does not give to you, it does not lend to who you are as a person. I don't know if this is work, I don't know if this is a relationship, I don't give a shit. The Hierophant can be in any position of commanding authority that says, I stand by this. My higher self believes in it. Good. I'm glad your higher self believes in it until it recognizes that it shouldn't because it doesn't believe in you. If it believed in you, I wouldn't be seeing any of this. That's how you know something is worth your commitment. Does it believe in you back? Because then you got something to work with, right? You're not sitting there feeling helpless, watching the world's slowest collision. That's not something that believes in you. That's a wreck that's waiting to happen, and whoever else is in it knows it. So I'm glad you stopped committing to a wreck. Six of Swords. First, this is very you. We're going to gently part ways with it up here, okay? In our head, in our spirit. And then with time, we were going to see the ending, see it for what it is. Not try to negotiate it, not try to deny it. It's just, it was literally a matter of time that death is here. Goodness me, guys. Oh, man. You know, it's funny. I think a lot of the elements showed me their elemental selves these days. Like the fire sign showed me some fire. Retribution. The earth signs are like, this is where it is and it sucks. And I'm holding on to it. But I probably shouldn't. Trying to learn to modify. I'm trying to learn to change. You showed me that. Air signs kind of showed me they're up in the air selves. I'm not saying everybody was negative. What I'm saying is a lot of people are drawing on the strength of their natural elements, at least for now. Could be the seasonal shifts change. It could be because, of course, everybody's going to say, it's Pluto. It's Pluto entering Aquarius. I'm telling you, it's Pluto. That's all I've been hearing for weeks. That's all. And I'm like, I understand. But that transit's going to be over the next 20 years. So no rush on that. Let's deal with the here and now, you know? Every time something happens, like I had a technology snafu, we're in blah, 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 retrograde. There's 30 of those in a year. You see what I'm saying? It's like, guys, sometimes it's best to just default to what we know about ourselves as a core truth and deal with what we need to deal with. It's not always about retrogrades and the shifting of the planets. That's what's always happened. That's always what's going to happen. And from what my point of view for the Capricorn I'm looking at, do you think this happened yesterday? No. As discussed. If anything, the retrograde or Pluto moving into Aquarius, it represents what's overdue. It didn't just thrust you into obscurity from nowhere. No, this had a story, and the story's played out. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't know why I got on my soapbox there, honey. I feel like I don't spend a lot of time with you. Honestly, of my 12 zodiac children, if you will, I don't feel... You just don't need that much. You really don't. You probably take up the least of my attention. I appreciate you for that. Because you tend to be so terribly efficient by nature. So to see something for you this drawn out is unusual. So, I'm going to spend a little extra time with you and just kind of point out the obvious and put some humor into the situation, Lighten it up a bit, because bless you, honey, I see you trying. I've seen you've been trying. But it's the kind of try that when you look at your own efforts and you see how minimal they were, because at some point you saw minimal return, that's when Capricorn should take over. Real Capricorn should take over. For those of you who are not familiar with the Capricorn energy, let's just say for humor situation, you're a cross-watcher. Okay. Which I don't have a problem with so long as it doesn't hurt. If it hurts you, you should stop doing it. For those of you who are not familiar with the Capricorn energy, they're really super duper big on return on investment. It might take them a while to cotton on to the fact because they're so damn persistent. But once they realize they ain't getting diddly squat in return, they tend to lose interest very quickly. Okay, 3 of Cups, Strength, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, I have to tell this to people all the time about strength. All cards in tarot, all energies, energy, emotional, physical, spiritual, etc. You can either use it for you or against you. Trying to bring this together over a long period of time, you thought was a strength, so you tried to pull it towards you. You'll eventually convert that into pushing it away from you. That's going to take practice too. Strength, especially given its position in your advice, suggests you can keep trying to bring this together. That is strength. And it will continue to stretch out over time. Or you can learn to push it away from you. And slowly build from there. Okay? Justice, Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune. You will move forward into a place of balance over time, but you already know that. And you know that this is correct for you, karmically speaking. Okay? You will give yourself justice by moving on or moving forward with the Chariot. I agree. This is how you will show yourself justice more specifically. Allowing yourself to move on. Not in a way that's cold or detached, but just understanding that some things need to be put to rest. The institution for which you serve. Some of you might have some very strong Taurus in your chart here. Number 19. The institution here is, again, that sense of agenda. This is how things are built. Okay. The institution for which we serve, therefore stand by. Everything's written down. We have to follow code. Yes, I want you to believe in things. Yes, I want you to believe in the structures. Yes, I want you to believe in who you are. But understand, it begins with you first. Know what it is you stand behind, and know what it is you will not stand behind. Okay, it works both ways. All right. Only stand behind that which stands behind you or at your side. The false person does not feel the same, does not give the same. Or you're not being true to yourself. Again, if everything begins with the self, and it does, you can falsely stand behind something because you honestly believe it's true. The Hierophant works both ways. He can be used to reinforce our worst beliefs, especially if we're afraid to change. Okay? Anything else here, please? 8, 19. The Swift Messenger. Okay? Colorful, bright. You might be receiving some positive news soon. I have nothing else on that. It's just as it is. That's funny. I wasn't going to pull from this, but now I feel inclined to. The Owl, 23. There are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. I'll say. Absolutely. Also, just intelligence. Use your intelligence. Be observant. See what's going on. Okay? All right. Oh, charms. Yes, of course, charms. We have the letters D and F. That may not mean anything to you. It could be. Big dollar bill. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. This could have to do with a work situation, your own sense of security, or just confirmation once more of your earthian energy. And then we have the star. Some of you might have some Aquarius in your chart. Little stars, little hopes, little wishes for yourself. I agree. Okay? And also little forms of success here. So let's be mindful of that as well. Okay? All right, Capricorn, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Thursday check-in. And for my latter end, tail end, tippy tail end Scorpios. Your birthday is today. Last call, happy birthday to you, darling. Of course, I never forget. No. As of today and over the next few hours, depending on where you are in the world, Scorpio season will hand off the baton over to Sagittarius. Yeah? So, for Sag, you have Scorpio in your chart. Happy early birthday to you. And like I said, last call of happy birthdays to my beautiful Scorpios. What's up? What's going on? Yours, the water signs, right, and Tauruses are going to look a little different. I had already recorded the bulk of the Thursday check-in, and then I ran out of time. It happens. And here we are, and yeah, that's what counts. Sometimes we simply must break, do other things, and get back to the other thing. What's going on? Show me, Scorpio, please. Show me. Scorpio. Started to tune out there for a second. 9 of Cups. Queen of Cups. 6 of Pentacles. 4 of Cups. Okay. Cool. 9 of Wands. You're working on it. The Hanged Man. Page of Pentacles. All right. 9 of Pentacles. King of Wands. Knight of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. I mean, I just, gosh, you want so much to just feel love in your heart. You really do. You really want to focus on wish fulfillment. You're really trying to turn your back to upsetness and disappointment. Maintaining your balances, yeah. But something in there just isn't sitting right. You're going through the motions, don't get me wrong, of maintaining your balances. But some of them make you unhappy. And it's kind of showing in contrast to what you're trying to feel at the individual level. At the individual level, you're trying to show or exercise principles of wish fulfillment. Okay, Nine of Cups. You're trying to keep your heart open and be intuitive and soft and inviting, because that's who you are, right? Nine of Cups, Queen of Cups. But when it comes to your balances, now the Six of Pentacles could be anything. It's anything that you give to and you get something back, i.e. a balance. Ideally, we get a little bit more from it than not. So we're in a little bit more of a profit. 6 is better than 5. But the idea is it's anything you maintain a balance with. Contracts, work, or with people. And you're saying for the most part it's okay, but the balances are not where you like it. 4 of Cups, in fact, you find them disappointing these days. And once more, what you're experiencing with your balances is coming into contrast with what you feel as a person. You as a person, you like you. You feel good about you and what it is that you desire and wish fulfill, but something over here in its balances are not living up to the expectations of what you had hoped it would be. So I just want you to differentiate between what you experience as a person versus your kind of external experiences, that some of them just aren't measuring up. Okay? Otherwise, you're saying you're pretty happy as a person. 9 of Wands, the Hanged Man, Page of Pentacles. You're kind of like, until I know what to do with this, I'm not doing anything. So that's it. That's it. And you're going to go into a place of contemplative energies here with the Hanged Man. Gain perspective, especially at the heart of your reading. So it's going to be important. Okay? It's kind of like, leave me alone until I figure this out. So it looks like you have some external pressure to figure out what to do with some of these unhappy balances. You don't like that. Of course we don't. You're like, I'll figure it out, and I'll figure it out on my own or my own time. Okay, please do not pressure me to make a decision. So I don't quite know where those external pressures are coming from, but you're also saying, I'll figure it out. Thank you. They're my balances after all. I'm the one that's unhappy with them, therefore I will come up with a solution. So you kind of go within. You put up your I'm not open or leave me alone sign. I'll figure it out, Chief. Thank you very much. Which tends to be our way, And that's okay. The Hanged Man, Page of Pentacles, you're thinking about it. You're thinking about these investments and what you should continue to give to it, or if you should at all. And if you do continue to give to it, should you modify the process? That way you'll stop being unhappy with it. So you're thinking about all that and more. All right? 9 of Pentacles, King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. You come up with a solution, one that you actually feel really, really good about. And that was the whole point of going upside down. You're like, I got it. And you do. 9 of Pentacles, King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. I see you slowly but surely as a plan, because this is a plan right here, to break. It's looking like I would say, it's not going to be an abrupt break. No, you're going to phase it out. That's a phase out. You're phasing out one of the balances that frankly just isn't working. It's not paying out well. It doesn't give well. I don't see this as a relationship, guys. I hate to disappoint you. I'm seeing this as real world matters. Material matters. Financial matters. Yeah, I mean, it's a disappointment to you, but the fact that you're owning it there at the downline suggests, you know what? You know it's in your best interest. And based on experience and the ability to provide for yourself and shore yourself up and stand on your own 2 feet, you're like, I'm a big Scorpio. I can make these decisions. I'm going to phase this contract out, whatever it is. It's not working. It's not paying well, or it's not profitable. But it's going to be a slow phase out, but it's one that you can feel confident in. So that's how I know it's a blueprint or the idea that you are taking steps towards. I have to agree with you as someone here who says, you know what, whatever it is I participate in, I should feel better about it than this. This is not living up to wish fulfillment. And I know myself, this is not good enough for me. What I'm putting into this, never mind what I'm getting back. I'm pretty smart. I've done things like this before. I'm pretty confident that I'm going to phase out a contract. And that's all you're really showing me today. So I hope I didn't disappoint anyone in the old love energy there. But sometimes reality must, This is important for somebody somewhere. But yeah, take your time, particularly here as the Hanged Man is right there at the dead center of your reading. So that means it's important. We want to give this a really thorough going over, a thorough perspective about what's best and what's next. All right? Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please, for Scorpio. You've got the solution. It's right there. If you're phasing, if you're phasing something out, I wonder what you will be including, though. But I suppose you would know best. You know, or maybe you won't. Maybe you're happily dropping off a responsibility and you just free yourself up a little more. Who knows? Who knows? Let's get some advice, please. Although I think you did a good job figuring it out for yourself. Let's see, we have the Magician, Four of Pentacles, the King of Cups. There you are. You want the best possible solution until you know what that is and you feel very confident about it. You're saying you're going to refrain. So you're showing me once more conservation. Conservation of time, energy, and effort spent. And what does that mean? Okay. Otherwise, you're very happy, very healthy, on point Scorpio. And we are looking at something from a business lens today. Strategic, financial lens. Yeah. Something here is not paying out. And it upsets you. And it's a little personal, too. It's a little personal. That's why you're a little guarded. And I think... you're showing me external pressure. You're being pressured to make a decision on this. And you're like, I'll figure it out. Thank you. It's mine. I'll figure it out. So you too. Yeah, you're showing me conservation and that you want to put yourself into the best possible action and one that you can stand behind, right? It's kind of like I brought this into the world. I'll take it out. I'll do it on my terms. And your terms are phasing it. Pentacle, 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 and how you feel about it. Otherwise, in terms of love energy, I just see you being soft in your natural self. Your natural state of grace popped up a couple of times. The only time you showed me any sort of fire is in confidence in regards to your pentacles. Okay. Otherwise, you have an open, soft heart, intuitive self, strong emotions around these subjects. You know? Your advice is, yeah, go forth. You got it. Manifest your best possible solution here. Until then, conserve. Anything else here, please? All right. The moon, the tower, the sun. Oh, some unexpected stuff. Everything here up until this point is everything you've known. I'm literally not telling you anything that you don't know and you won't eventually figure out for yourself. That's a little further out. The solution is there. But every now and again in tarot, we get what you call the unexpected. That's unexpected. You probably didn't see this. That's all majors right there. Woo, the moon, the tower, the sun. What you don't know, a little bit of the unexpected, you phasing this out, no matter how slowly, how gently, because it's not abrupt. Let me make that clear. It's not abrupt. That's an articulate plan. It will have beneficial consequences, happy consequences you don't know about yet. So that's good. That's good news. Oh, happy day. You're like, I was just trying to do it, because right now you're showing me a pruning method. Okay. And I always recommend pruning. If you see something's not growing, you know it should be. It's time to prune it or plant something else. Okay. Yeah, you're showing me pruning. And you didn't probably expect you'll get some unexpected happiness and sunshine for that. Beautiful. That's wonderful. That is absolutely lovely. I don't know what brushes in. I don't know if brushing in, but something else phases in even if you don't plan it, you know? Or perhaps you dropping this off or phasing it out. Perhaps it hit an unknown space in you that made you very happy of having done so, and you just didn't know it until you did it. Who knows? Who knows, honey? So many things. Message number 7. The detail of one's thoughts. Prioritizing your thoughts. Journey. Okay. Ah, coffin. Okay. There you are, organizing your thoughts. 19. I had a feeling I was going to see you. There you are. Articulating your thoughts about the journey of this thing and how it's kind of reached its course or its conclusion. That's it. Wow, yours was really... I keep trying to draw more from it. The unexpected happy surprise as a consequence to letting this go or phasing it out. That's it, really. It's like we've been expressing, or we're going to express, that whatever this is has reached its course or it has nowhere else to go. Okay? And thus we put it to sleep or put it to an end. All right? As is our way. Okay. And I have to agree with you. Something's not giving back the way you're supposed to. It's just, frankly, it makes you unhappy. The pentacles just aren't worth it. They really aren't. You know? I'm one of those people, honey. I'm right there with you. It's not enough for me to just go through the motions and get a paycheck. It has to have context or meaning. Otherwise, it serves no purpose to me at the emotional level, the spiritual level. Some people can do that clock in, clock out thing. It's just about the money. It's just about the money. And we go through those phases. You know, for those of you who watched my partial retirement message, I made it very clear I've had to work since I had my first job since I was 14. You do the clock in, clock out thing. But when you don't have to do that anymore, and you know that you can take on work or careers or subject matters that have deeper context and meaning to keep you engaged in it, that's what I mean. It goes beyond just what you can get from it financially. It has to serve a purpose at a deeper level. Otherwise, what's the freaking point? And I hear you. You're saying, yeah, it balances kind of, but it doesn't make me happy. Okay, number 28, movement. Okay, you're making movement on one of my favorites right here, the magical map shifter. You're making things happen, shift on your map accordingly to your wishes. There's the movement to back it up. Okay, but you're shifting your map. You may not see it that way, but it's changing the course just a little bit. And that's the great thing about maps. They should be written in pencil, not ink. You want to be able to use the eraser from time to time. You know, 28 and 52. All right. Yeah, okay. We'll go ahead and pull some of these. Oh, marriage. Okay. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. Interesting. Number 20, Dragonfly 8. Have confidence during the time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. Interesting. If you have support in this, fantastic. You two will transform together. For others of you, my first thought, as soon as I saw the marriage card, the first thing that jumped to mind was this unexpected course that you take of happiness after you phase this thing out or you close it out. Perhaps it's through phasing this out or closing this out, something else happens for you more personally. Another connection point you simply did not see or plan or know about. Interesting. Who knows? Dragonfly, it's transformative. I mean, it may not seem like a big deal to you at the time, but it might afford some transformation. It takes you down a road you did not know you were going on, not until you were there. Okay. We have the letter C, E, R, G, and we have the envelope with the little heart on it. Now that is an emotional message. That's a message or letter of the heart. That is personal. That's not business, that's personal. There'll be a message of the heart for some of you soon. Okay, we have the grapes. Someone enjoys their grapes, their food, their wine, foodie, or indulgences, little indulgences. And then the crown, Empress energy here, of course. Empowerment, generosity, and knowing one's worth. Okay, Scorpio, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Pisces, please. Show me Pisces. What's going on for Pisces, please? One more. No. Okay, there we go. Ten of Swords. Knight of Cups. The Ace of Wands. Three of Pentacles. Well, look at you. Now that's a good Piscean spirit. I like that. Good job. Okay. Knights of Swords. Yeah, the Five of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. What? The Fool. Page of Swords. The Three of Cups. And the World. Okay. Okay. You know, I really applaud your spirit. I do. Particularly in that opening line. I do. And I wish you well. I do. So again, tarot does not dictate action. You do. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. I applaud you for trying, though, because this is the kind of thing I encourage some people all the time. I see how you feel. Try then. Try to do something. And you did. So full kudos to you. Okay. It's more than what a lot of people do. I have to coach them to do these things, and you actually did it of your own free will. So I applaud you. Do you hear me? I applaud you. You tried. You tried. And I'm happy you tried. I am. Ten of Swords, Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands, Three of Pentacles. You know, gosh dang it. There's pain here, possibly an ending. I don't know. Ten of Swords is no guarantee. Let's call it pain. And it was fresh. It was fairly fresh. But I see how it ends the world. So I think what you're showing me here is preventive measures. Okay. Just because something hurts doesn't mean it's over. I agree. That's why we need more than the Ten of Swords to show us what's going on. Excuse me for those of you who are sipping intolerant. Lower your volume. While the weather is beautiful, it remains extremely dry. Thus my vocal cords. Okay. Yeah, Ten of Swords, Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands, Three of Pentacles. You tried, honey. Oh, bless you. Ow. I know it hurt. And I don't really know what it involved or who did what, and that's not what we're looking at today. I just see that you tried to do something. So, and it was done with love, vulnerability too. So that hurts. I know. That's what it is to be vulnerable. You roll the dice. That's why a lot of people won't do what you did. It's too scary to be vulnerable. But you tried. You put yourself out there after something difficult. Tried to make amends. Tried to wave a white flag. Hey. Let's try to get along here. Three of Pentacles, it doesn't have to be friendship. It's just the idea of I'm trying to open up and be vulnerable, show a little bit of hope here. Can you do the same? Three of Pentacles. You really did. Knight of Swords, Five of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. What you received in return was distraction. Smoke and mirrors, you know. Five of Swords is at the heart of the reading, you know. Yeah, I see someone rushing to respond, but it was done in a way that suggests, well, this is what matters right now. And they use the Ten of Pentacles, their foundation, as an excuse to not engage. Now, Ten of Pentacles, don't get me wrong, is demanding. The reason why I don't believe it is the same reason you don't, is it feels like a lie, because it probably was. I'm too busy. In other words, I'm too busy taking care of foundation stuff. Or I'm the only one who cares about foundation stuff. I'm the only one who cares about stability. And so I'm just going to distract myself with anything and everybody except you. You may or may not be part of that foundation, and if you are, that would be kind of like a slap in the face, because it's going to be important to you too. But if you're not part of their foundation, okay, fine, you're not in a position to contest their so-called busyness, but you also seem to recognize it for what it was. It was a lie, you know? Here you are, trying to be vulnerable, trying to make a gesture. White flag, everything. Bare minimum, let's try to work through this. Three of Pentacles is work through this in this context. And like, I'm just too busy. I'm just too busy. You know, if somebody has a response, and this is the hard thing. So again, once more, I just want to applaud you for doing the right thing because you felt it was. There was no lie in that. You were met with a lie. That doesn't mean that you offered a lie. Do you understand? So don't be hard on yourself. Don't chastise yourself for the stupid Pisces you tried. No, I applaud you for trying. Because that's how you know you can let something or someone go, is how you're met or not met. You understand? So now take that with you as being strong, being brave, having spoken up for yourself, made the effort a gesture because you knew it was coming from an honest place in you. That means you gave a damn. So give yourself that respect, please. And you were met with smoke and mirrors and lies and platitudes about I'm too busy. Okay. Fine. How someone treats you is how they feel about you. they didn't want to make the time or the space. That means they're not willing to connect with you in the same way that you were. Take that at face value. Say, Pisces, we did our best. Now we know, and we can walk away from this and be at ease with it. The Fool, Page of Swords, Three of Cups, the World. Somebody's eye was way too small about what it is to open up and take a risk. It weren't you. And the Three of Cups, there would have been an opportunity here to rejoice, to reconnect over good, positive, healthy emotions, but someone was keeping too small of an eye, not enough insight, small will, pettiness about what could have connected because they couldn't open up and take a chance. This is why I applaud people who are vulnerable, because it shows strength, not the absence of it. And there's someone here who saw what you did and they're like, ugh, no, I'm in pain, therefore fuck you. There's no way I could talk about how angry, frustrated, or vulnerable I feel or upset. No, no, no. I'd rather just have an attitude and pretend I'm too busy. So they're going to learn from that what they need to learn from that, if at all. Poor insight suggests they may not. It's not your problem, however. What it is that they learn is their business. You've already done what you needed to do for yourself, and that's how I know you can cycle this out in peace. Good. I want you to be at peace with this subject. Otherwise, you would not have prompted that world unless you understood. You got an answer. It's not the one you wanted, and I'm sure it hurt. But at least you can feel free from it, and that's why I always advise people to do the thing that requires vulnerability. Because even though it's scary, and no one wants to feel rejected or cut down to size, no one does. But at least then you know what you're working with, and you no longer feel like you're hung up because you were too scared to say something. Okay? That's not going to be a problem anymore. You'll have an answer, and you don't have to connect to it. You won't feel obligated to, no pressure, and you can honestly say you spoke on your own behalf. That's what counts. And that's why I always advise people, speak up when you have something to say. Do something if you feel compelled to do something. Because sitting on it, that's what twists you up at night. That's what keeps you up at night and makes you second-guess yourself, undermine yourself, and makes you feel like you're self-sabotaging, because in a way you did, because you failed to speak or act when you needed to. And then you're haunted by shit you won't be able to let go of, no matter how small or large. Because, it's not on you anymore, babe. Someone was too small to be brave and open up. Take a risk. Not your problem. They couldn't meet you in the same space. At least you get to walk away self-assured. Even if it hurts. Your hurt will stop. Theirs has just begun. So, and it may not be romantic, Still applies. All right, let's get some advice, please. I think you're doing a great job, and I know it's going to hurt. But honey, I've been through shit like this before. It's like, oh, well, I've got this, that, and the other going on, or this is what's on my mind right now, or I can't address this. That self-sabotage, I'm going to back away. I've got 1,000 reasons why I can't participate. Yeah, I bet you have 1,000 reasons. But the one that is the actual real reason is the one that's least demonstrated, denotes a lack of strength and character and will and all that stuff, and it's just sad, It's okay. It's okay. You want to meet with your equal, not your lesser, And your equal can step up the way you did, not back down and find excuses and bury their head in the sand. You understand? Okay, let's get some advice, please, for Pisces. There's that world again. Knight of Swords, the Sun. Yeah, in their failure to take action, it was their consequence to not be happy. I understand. So they're going to experience their own world in their own way. It was an opportunity to rush towards happiness. They denied it. Therefore, they lose the sense of the sun. You are showing, I'm not going to try to connect to this anymore. They're not worth it. Or they don't have the nerve, or they don't know how to speak up for themselves or own their thoughts or feelings. I agree. So you experience the world, as in the actual connection itself, you will no longer try to bring it together. Put yourself out there, be brave, open up from the heart. Your job's done. You spoke well for yourself. They, however, They had the opportunity to open up the door and rush towards happiness, but as a result, they're going to lose access to it, or they had lost access to it. Okay, because the world is in their opening position, but you closed it. It's like they missed that opportunity, honey. Literally missed the opportunity. Some people would rather lose an opportunity than discover how brave they can be, or open or vulnerable they could be. 3 of Pentacles, the Knights of Pentacles. Uh-oh. 10 of Pentacles. Instead of you putting any more energy into this, trying to make it work, you have your own 10 of Pentacles apparently to focus on. So thank goodness you're not part of this person's foundation. Not really. I see how they used it as an excuse. I was sort of say that's piss poor attitude if you're part of it, but it looks like you have your own to focus on anyway. The difference between you and them is that you were willing to find space. They weren't. They used it as an excuse to not find space. You have your own 10 of Pentacles, apparently. Okay. There you go. And so therefore you knew, right? It wasn't an excuse. You're like, yeah, I'm busy too. I'm connected to my foundation too. I have a community and resources too. I have a network too. I was willing to make space. You know, you couldn't hang out for an hour. 9 of Wands. Couldn't talk on the phone? Like what? Okay. 9 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, the 3 of Wands. Yeah, there's that idea of I'll never wait for this again, or I'll never try to balance with it again. Yeah, I don't blame you for having a little bit of edge on that. That'll come down over time. Okay? That's all right. All right. That's, you know, your reaction is your reaction. You're going to have some frustration around it, but you're also saying I'll never block any sort of balance that requires waiting ever again, and I'm not waiting on them. Okay. No problem. Number 52, everybody's getting that, and that's good. We're shifting our map. Magical map shifter, one of my absolute favorites. Yes, your map can absolutely be written down, but I strongly recommend you write in pencil, not in ink. Yeah? That means you can shift things in accordance to your will. You can change the outlook of your own particular map, where it takes you, what you focus on, and why. 32, the magic prayer. Kind of like a manifestation, but in that respect of you being more in alignment with you, a prayer to yourself. Okay, about expectations and development and how you wish to change or how you wish to stay the same. It's a deep thing. It's a very internal thing. Number 32. But yeah, say a little prayer for yourself. You're glowing from the inside out. Okay, you're a person of substance and meaning and context. All right. It's very sweet. Marriage. Scorpio got this as well, and it was further out, and it didn't quite have context to the baseline. I'm saying the same here as well. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. So my point is, if you have Scorpio in your chart, check those out. And I promise you, I shuffle these many, many times. There might be something here for you further out. I'm not saying it here today. On your baseline, it's concerning someone whom you will no longer connect with, and for the reasons we have discussed. Key, number 15, the key. Oh, okay. Yours is a little bit more direct. There's a marriage I saw conditional upon an event having taken place, but it was further out. Couldn't see it, and it was a little bit of a surprise. Yours is like, no, in your opportunity for new beginnings, you might be met with new union. Well done. 20 and 15. But this is conditional for new beginnings, okay? For those who have let go of the past, specifically. Okay. Adjudication, what's fair? Really asking ourselves here, what's fair? Yep. And that's, you know, for your own home, your own sense of stability, your own sense of self-worth. What is fair to me? 20 and 4. Little birds, little messages, high honor, stuck. Okay. Okay. It's kind of like that sense of very little thought, very little. It's few, short, small messages, which are perfectly fine, except there's the excuse. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in my place of work, business, or community. It's a high honor. You have to understand I have a lot of responsibility attached to me, and I'm stuck to it. What are you going to do? So the response here was so shallow, so unmoving, so unthoughtful. uninsightful to what you had put out there. Yeah, I've been through that. I know. Yeah, what are you gonna do? You know, it's like I got all this going on, and it's okay, some bullshit thing. After that moment of deep vulnerability, I know it's horrible. They didn't change their tune; it was stuck to the tune. They didn't know what else to do. They defaulted to an old pattern of self-sabotage. I got stuff at work. Bye, whatever that was. So again, it's looking like you're better off than this. Okay, all right. We have the letter Y, and then we have the lightning bolt, insight, powerful moment like this. You can call it a tower, sure. Other folks, they simply see it as the enlightenment moment. Ah, I see. Lightning bolt. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, the deer. Okay? Also the timidity, shyness, vulnerability. I know. The lotus flower. All right? The unfolding of something beautiful for you. And then we have the medallion of Taurus, the bull specifically. Okay, Pisces, honey. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Yours, the water signs, and Taurus's, I had to record at a later date. I just ran out of time when I was doing the bulk of the Thursday check-in, but that's fine. Sometimes it's nice to break things up, to be honest. Different day, different energy frequencies, that old thing, you know? What's going on for Cancer? What's going on, please, for Cancer? Oh, Lord. Cinnamon's getting restless. Oh, she love attacked me right at Taurus as soon as I sat down. Soon as I said, no. It's like, you need to take me out. You need to give me attention now. So she getting restless. Native's getting restless. Oh, what's going on? Show me Cancer, please. On the pumpkin. I'm almost done. I promise. We're going to go out for a walk soon. Okay? I love you. What's going on, please? Show me Cancer. Show me Cancer. Show me Cancer. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. The Five of Swords. I'm getting really tired of saying that asshole. I just am, though. I'm really tired of lots of people be showing me self-sabotage these days. What's up? It's weird. I won't see that guy for weeks at a time, and then he's everywhere. He's like a bad rash. It just... Yeah. Okay. Let's keep on keeping on. Two of Wands, Ten of Swords. The Moon. Ace of Pentacles. Good. Eight of Wands, Two of Cups. Okay. Sunshine. Okay. Good. Okay. Straight away I got two figures. Of course. It's a Cancer reading. Why wouldn't it be emotionally diverse from everybody? Queen of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Queen of Wands, the Star. Yeah, there's a couple energies in there. Who's who? I'll do the best I can, and then you figure it out for yourself. I got one person here who's showing me false security. They say they're comfortable. They say that whatever there is here with you, them, and the environment, the circumstance, they're saying it's a measure of their self-worth. Absolutely. This is what they want. They love it. They wouldn't want it any other way. It's their jam. It's their safety zone. It's their comfort zone. This is absolutely what's worth my worth. What is my worth? To be part of this. Totally. Totes. And the other person played along. Yeah, I want this too. Absolutely. Whoever has, in this context, strong hopes or desires, they keep telling themselves passionately, yeah, totally. And we tried to play along with this for a while. We really did. We wanted to believe it. It's easier to believe it, right? When somebody's like, yeah, this is what I want. Totally. It's my comfort zone. I like it here. I got my own little cozy spot. I'm not trying to change. Are you trying to change? No, you want this. I want this. Yay. We're all on the same page. It's just the person who has the strongest hopes and desires, you know, they turn their head a lot in another direction. That indicates to me that they went along with this, but they don't fully believe it like the other person does. Okay? Whoever's like, yeah, I'm totally comfortable. This is my spot. They believe it. They actually believe it. The other person's like believing the sabotage by proxy. So they still, their head, their energy pulls in another direction, like so. Yeah, I totally believe that you want this, and me too. Life's passing me by, and there's still that feeling of I want more. No, I don't. You see what I'm saying? Okay. That's why I typically don't read more than one energy. Internal drives, external drives, motivations, feelings, they can get meshed up. Two of Wands, Ten of Swords, the Moon. I'm going to go and take a crack at that. Whoever has a desire for more, who still turns out like this, has a secret under the moon. It's private. But I will say this, it's active. But it's uncomfortably active. In other words, it's a conversation you or they have with themselves about what pain they're actually in, the expectations they actually had for themselves, and how sometimes they think about fantasize ending this connection. So it's an active secret. By that I mean the one person who has these thoughts or feelings, they look at them, they think about them instead of just shoving it off. So it's a private conversation. Okay? Whoever desires more. Okay. Is the one who goes into that place of fantasy, secrets. I'm actually not happy. I'm actually in pain. And sometimes I think about not participating in this anymore. Okay? In this dynamic you have. It may not be romantic, may not be a spouse thing, I don't know. It is, we haven't said it. Eventually that changes. Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Two of Cups, Justice. I don't know at what point the new beginning takes over, because I see us getting lost to contemplation. Okay? And I don't really believe in just miracle turnarounds. It's just tarot. Okay? If I can't do an in-depth read on it, there's only so much I can garner from it. So I will get advice. Perhaps they will show me that pivotal point between, well, here's a kind of secret fantasy and my actual feelings and my actual thoughts, to, okay, here's a brand new beginning. I don't really do that. That's not my thing. That's not my jam. If you're familiar with my work, I don't just do those certain turnarounds. And then all of a sudden, Cancer, everything falls into place. No work needed or required, baby. It's just going to fall on your lap. There you go. New person, no fuss, no muss. You don't have to deal with any real shit. I don't do that. I really don't. So I am happy for you. I am. Don't let that attitude fool you. Am I happy for you? Yes. You clearly made a change. Somebody made a change that afforded them the opportunity that they desired. A new one. It's communicated. It's shared. It's reciprocated. Literally the definition of fairness, Two of Cups and Justice. It's beautiful. It's a brand new beginning where two people communicate openly, positively, lovingly, and honestly. And it fits both perfectly like a glove. They share this new opportunity. They share communication. They share love. No hesitation. No falseness. No bullshit. It's different from your opening. Now, that Five of Swords is either very common or it runs very deep. All I know is that the Five of Swords is deeply attached to someone who honestly believes that everything's cool and that they wouldn't have it any other way. The other person is Five of Swords by proxy. They kind of, I guess, out of courtesy, respect, or not knowing what else to do, kind of go along with it, even while their head's slightly turned like so. And it's that same energy, I know. The real truth is in there. Of the pain, the upset, and yeah, sometimes we think about ending this connection. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic or spousal. It's just, if we're not participating in this anymore, I could have another opportunity. Let's get some advice. So, at what point we go from a quiet place of deference, thinking about it, not acting on it, thinking about it, feeling it, to holy crap, that's live, that's happening. When, how, let's get some advice, please. I don't know. You know? What's going on? Let's get some advice, please, for Cancer. That's a lot to pack into a reading. That's a lot. And I really do wish I had more time to give it. Let's get some advice, please. The Emperor, the Hierophant, the Seven of Pentacles. Lots of empowerment here. Lots of empowerment, lots of authority. A strong sense of growth and the appreciation of growth, no matter how slow or small. Time, energy, and effort spent in one's personal development or beliefs, what we stand up for and why. That's a lot of authority. And it took time to build into it. The Seven of Pentacles is the strong belief in who I am, what I choose to stand by, and why. Okay, yes. What about it? What about it? Know what you stand up for, know what you believe in. Ask yourself if this is it, if that's the criteria for which you would choose to live your life by. Sure, absolutely. Are we being honest to ourselves? Because someone here is not being honest to themselves, but that doesn't exclude the other person from not being honest with themselves. Let's make that clear too. I find in situations like these, if you know someone's not being honest with themselves, that doesn't obligate me or, you know, whatever, any less to be honest with thyself. You don't have to play along, is my point. Five of Wands, Nine of Cups, Judgment. We have this sense of we really need to listen to ourselves. We have a lesson in this about fighting. Fighting for what we believe in, fighting for what we feel, being honest with ourselves, and not try to contradict it. We have a habit, some people just don't want to deal with the fight. They don't want to deal with the argument. They don't want to stand up for themselves. The opposite needs to happen here. We have a lesson in this. You know, what's true for you is not necessarily true for me. We have a strong lesson here in standing up for what we believe in, fighting for ourselves in the right way. Oh my, we're doing some loud work today, my friends. That is not a lawnmower. No, no, no. That is some active construction. Oh, it's the week for it, apparently. So many of my neighbors just work done. And this is the time to do it. Okay, before we get into the heavy, critical weather that we sometimes get. But it's like, new roof, new fence. That, though, I think that's some city work. And if that's true, oh dear, they got problems. I hope they're okay. I meant to check in with them. I should probably do that. What's going on? The Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, Four of Wands. Moving forward in time, moving forward powerfully into a relationship. Yeah, I see that. I see that. That's clear as crystal down there. I want to know how you get to it. And the idea is look at how far you've come over a long period of time. You should know who you are. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand by you. Taurus, Aries here, two of the most stubborn in there. Honestly, they can work very well together, or they can tear each other apart. You might have some very strong aspects in your chart there. But you've built yourself up from nothing into a very powerful something. And you are still disregarding how you feel, knowing when and where and how to stand up for yourself about what it is you actually wish and desire. Yes, I'm defaulting to you because it's your reading at this point. We're still fighting against what it is we actually wish when we should know ourselves better than that. A lot better than that. You know? This is what you believe, but it's not what I believe. And it's time we started fighting for ourselves and what we actually desire and wish. And I'm looking for more in the story. I don't have it. I would love to know that hinge between where you quietly contemplate these things to where you're full on activation in a new beginning. Where you go towards it without hesitation, and it's so equal, it's not even funny. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. It's going to be a process. It's not something I can see today in terms of a quick fix or turnaround. There are many elements of time at play here. And the more progress you make in that moon, the more of a future it seems you have to look forward to, where you're no longer having to fight against yourself and what it is that you believe, stand up for, and wish and desire for yourself, and stop playing along with someone else. Okay. It's time to wrap it up. Sorry, Cancer, honey. I can't, I can't. I was hoping for a snapshot, but this one stretches out. Okay. I hope I gave you enough here to work with. And once more, you either identify with this or you don't. 6, the impending storm. Okay. Tower energy, possibly, but the storm. Concerns. You've been thinking about this. Creating upheaval, creating the storm. I understand. You know what phrase I heard the other day, and I instantly understood it without having context? If you've ever seen Forrest Gump, you'll recognize it immediately. Did you ever have a Lieutenant Dan moment? I've had a Lieutenant Dan moment. Some of you need a Lieutenant Dan moment. Harshness. Gosh, the harshness of the truth. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. For yourself in this situation. You stop playing along with someone else's story, honey. It doesn't seem like it's yours. The harshness here. You say the truth is too harsh. Yeah. Real truths are harsh. They're not easy. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a harsh truth. We're talking about living life, guys. There's not going to be easy, soft truths around that. They're going to be hard. So which truth are you going to abide by? Someone else's idea of comfort, which they don't believe in, but that's what they tell you, and yours, where you're kind of playing it along, keeping the peace, but it runs contrary to who you are, what you believe in for yourself, and what it is you want for yourself. Those are some very loose markers today, but they were fairly consistent. No. Journey, 10, the train, and the faith. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. The direction here with the journey, false. There's the face you show them, and there's the face you turn to the side. That's your authentic self. That turns out and looks this way. Then there's the false face you show that person. Now, again, I always have to clarify with the mass. We are all, as human beings, subject to duality. The face that you show, say, like your best friend versus a boss versus your spouse, are going to be completely different faces. The core of you is going to be the same, but what you present and why, that's going to be subject to who you're talking to. So not only do you receive someone's false face, you give it back to them. Okay? You do that to get along, to play along, to make everything smooth, but all it does is cause you more internal conflict. That's how I know this is not where you want to be. That's enough. But it's you're playing along like it's your journey. I don't think it is. And that's hard for you to understand. That's hard. That would be hard for anyone to understand. You have my sympathies. But I promise you got to work through that moon. So I'm glad to see it's active for you. But it's going to take a minute. I actually met someone once who's like, no, I treat everyone the same. You're full of shit. No, you don't. You don't. You don't treat your sister the same as you would your mother, as you would a boss, as you would a lover. Wouldn't you be a horrible person? No, you don't treat everyone the same. You wear different faces. Sad embrace. You feel cold, alone, 45, the wizard of awareness, but you're aware at the same time. I see your awareness. I see that you know better. And I see that you know that you feel cold. I know you know better. No. I don't think those are needed. I don't always use all the oracles, in case you're wondering. It depends on what I'm seeing here. We have the letter C, we have the letter W, we have the dragon, Aries, but also Leo, Sag, that sense of empowerment, intimidation. Being angry, but also being protective. The cat is in reverse. We're not listening to our intuition. Your symbol. The seashell's in reverse. We're not listening to our feelings. We're not listening to our intuition. I understand. And then we have the medallion of Leo in the reverse. The key word here being generous. Okay. Some of you have a very generous nature. It's hard for you to deliver harsh realities. It's kind of like easier to get along or to make peace with somebody. Okay. You know, you might have some strong Leo in your chart. Could be connecting to one. The point is that Try being a little more generous to yourself. Okay. Cancer, honey, I do hope this helped too. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.